get some love out to the regular content people. Right? Let's go ahead. But let's start getting everybody into the room. We'll be stored in here in just about 1 minute. Thank you for sharing again. Chill Will, I appreciate you. I'm about to do the same thing right now. Do I have any birthdays? I don't even know why I asked that. There's always a birthday. I really asked that question. Like, there's not always a birthday that I can't be represented, that I can't be bigging up. Okay, I guess it's officially that time. Let's start this motherfucking show.
As Metro's Mercury Grade approaches, I shall create the illest podcaster known to mankind.
But Master, what are you going to do?
Howard Stern, Stephen A. Smith, Joe Rogan, Dave Chappelle.
Why Dave Chappelle?
'Cause he's a funny motherfucker. Jay-Z.
Jay-Z?
Because he has money, you fucking dickhead.
Oh, I'm sorry, Master. I'm very sorry.
The heart of India. The strength of a black man. And the pride of a Spaniard. I present to you MyT. It's alive.
He's walking, Master. He's walking.
MyT Sports.
I guess about that time, huh? Let's bring this motherfucker up. Afternoon, and welcome back to another edition of the MyT Sports Podcast. I am your host, the big homie, Talento Montella, aka Row Row like a dungeon dragon, aka the one take wonder, aka work hard, smoke harder, aka Tony Baritone, aka the mad podcaster, aka you better watch for the hook. Man, today is a day of days. Today is April 16th. They say we're gonna have highs of 93, lows of 65. This is season 6, episode 107, excerpt 300, folks. I don't think you heard me. This is excerpt
Cleveland! This is for you!
This is episode 300 of the MyT Sports Podcast. And I'm telling you, man, you know what? I'm sorry. Like, I need to crack open my beer after that one. Shit. 6 seasons, 300 episodes. I didn't think I was gonna get here this fast. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. Like, I was doing like one podcast a week out of my car, like on the way to work. Like when this thing started. You're like, you understand? Like, and now, like so. No, let me back up. When I got to my first 100, I was like, yo, it took forever to get to that first 100, and now suddenly, right? I did 100 episodes in one season. Like, I just had my 200 episode last season. Like, that first one took forever. I ain't gonna lie. That first 100 took forever. That second 200 didn't seem like it took that long. Right? Like, that one crept up a little bit faster. This last 100? Like, you understand? Like, we did 100 episodes this season, folks. We still got plenty of season left. Like, the playoffs ain't even here yet. Like, you understand? Like, the playoffs aren't even here yet. And we still talking. We gonna continue to talk. You know what we say. You know, listen, we got WNBA draft to get into. We got the NBA Hall of Fame to get into. We got some surprising retirements that hit us. We got BK pissing off the whole entire basketball world. We even have a sponsor, folks. We even have a sponsor for you guys. And you know what? I ain't gonna lie. I was going to introduce the sponsor for the first podcast of the new year, which is going to be on next Wednesday for episode 301. As you guys know, I celebrate my new year on April 20th. All right, don't get it twisted. I know you guys are snickering, thinking about all that other shit. Nah, it's not even like that. I mean, it's like that too, but that's not the whole entire reason for the Brooklyn Zoo. I'm coming to you on April 20th with that New Year, flu. And we getting sick with that shit, B. Right? So we're gonna have we're not having another podcast for a little while for you guys. So while we ain't gonna have a podcast for a little while, let's go ahead and start this podcast going. Because you know what we say, regardless of the time.
That's why I'm a fan of the Fight Pack, for that reason.
And regardless of the weather,
If Karl Malone didn't have John Stockton, Carmelo Anthony would have passed him already on the all-time scoring list.
it's always a good time to talk some sport. See, let's stir this motherfucker up already. It's on this Freaky Friday. So, let's start talking. Woo! Back at it like a sports fanatic. MyT Sports. I got Nat in the room, Sensei. Y'all go listen. She's already teaching back in New York City. So Nat's gonna hop on the line in just a few minutes so that you guys can find out what gym that she is back at and where you could go to come and join her classes, where you could find her at. I got Chill Will in the room. You guys know Chill Will. That's our boy from Cleveland. You know how we give love to Cleveland all day long.
Cleveland! This is for you!
You know Chill Will. Free Chill Will. Free Chill Will. Free Chill Will. You drop takes, don't you? You drop takes, don't you? Where you gonna drop takes? Go ahead and drop it expeditiously. But before we get into all that, we gotta get into some of these birthdays. Let's go on and get our birthday shout outs for the beginning of the. Oh shit! You know that beat me. It's definitely that time now. I only got 2 birthdays on the dot. You said it's your birthday, yeah, it's your birthday. Check it. You said it's your birthday, yeah, it's your birthday. Check it. Alright, first birthday on the docket. We want to say happy birthday. Happy birthday to an old battle buddy of mine, Nelisha McLary, one of my battle buddies that I've known actually from the time of reception. There's not too many people that you know from the time that you were processing in to the time that you got out, and that happens to be one of the few people that I've known that long. Listen, I know a couple people that I know from basic other places. This is one of those few people I know from recession. Basically, yeah, you already know how this goes, right? Like I was a wild lion back then, and even in reception I was on the prowl. If you know what I'm saying, Cheers to everybody. 300 episodes of the MyT Sports Podcast. Because it's your birthday, you said it's your birthday. I have a birthday up on the docket. It's with my little cousin, Ricky. You may see him as ATM Scams. Listen, that's his name on Facebook, right? I want to say what happy birthday to my little cousin Ricky. I say he's my little cousin, but this motherfucker's like 6'4.5" and like 200 or like 62 pounds. And this motherfucker is literally probably twice my size by now. But little cuz, yeah, it's your birthday. You say it's your birthday. Hope I want to wish you all a happy birthday. Hope you party hard, enjoy everything, and regret nothing. From me to you and everybody on the MyT Sports Podcast, we want to say happy birthday to all of you. Make sure you check it. Yo, I love birthdays. I swear to God, if you're not taking birthdays off as your own personal holiday, you're doing it all wrong. Like, if you don't have personal holidays that you create for yourself, period. Like, I want to say that you're doing it all wrong. Like I think we need to make sure that we all give ourselves those personal days. I ain't gonna lie, Will. The Army spoiled me. The Army really did spoil me. Like, all of those training holidays attached to all those regular holidays, or the Army having to give you at least one day off a month on certain bases, like that shit really ruined me. Because when I got to the civilian world, and I was like, what do you mean there's no day off this month? I was like, you know what? Hey, yo, Mitch. Yeah. Yeah, that anal glaucoma is acting up again. I ain't gonna be able to come in today. This is before COVID. You know what I mean? Like, imagine if I call in sick now. I don't know. That Johnson & Johnson is starting to act up. But when the weather gets above 95 degrees, when my Johnson & Johnson shot starts to act up. We gonna have to get one of them shits in there. All right. So, Freaky Friday. I normally start the show off with that Knicks talk. You know we like to get into that Knicks talk. But I had to pause with that Knicks talk, because, listen, the only time we pause on the Knicks talk is when that money starts to walk. And, but, I don't know about the rest of you, but, you know what I mean? But the pockets are definitely getting fatter. You know what I mean? Like, listen, if I keep drinking this beer, like, my bladder's gonna keep getting fuller, but that's okay. We in celebration. I can have a full bladder as long as I have as long as my pocket's getting fatter. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know, rule Brooklyn Zoo. Players fuck up. Alrighty. I know what the talk has been out there. Let me let Johnny know, listen, that I'm live right now. He needs to bring his ass on with his questions. Like, because part of this is because of him. I live right now. Like, I'm sorry, when you trying to type real quick while you're doing other shit, that shit just really don't. It really don't pan out well. It really don't pan. I need a tweeter. Like, I need like an assistant. That's what I need. Oh shit, we got a caller calling up. We got our first caller. We got a caller with no name. It look like we have a Watt 13, a whole bunch. Watt. I'm gonna call this the square root of pi. What's going on, Watt square root of pi? Oh, he hung up already. He already hung up. I thought you had a question for me. Listen, the phone lines are open. The phone lines are open and we do take questions. So let's get into this doggy coin. I know you want, like, yo, it's a sports show. I thought you was gonna talk sports. Some things in life supersede sports sometimes. And I woke up this morning bright and early, and one of the first text messages I got this morning was asking me about the doggy coin, right? And if you guys want to, what do you talk about the doggy coin? What the fuck is this doggy coin? DOGE cryptocurrency. The doggy coin, right? It's been out for some time now. You've seen some people play around with it. Initially, they talked about it didn't have enough. It didn't have any real backing. That this was just a fad. And now it's actually moved its way up. You had Snoop Dogg talk about it. I think you had Elon Musk or one of them top investors like they tweeted out about it. And now we are here, where there is a big ass boom in this bitch. And people want to know, what the fuck do I do with my money? And I'm going to tell you this. It's your money. You do with it what the fuck you want. Who the fuck am I to tell you what to do with it? But we can't talk, and I can tell you some ways that I do plan on playing around with this money, right? Because what ended up happening, I think when I bought this stock, it was like around like 5 cents a share, and I think the last time I looked up, it was settled like right around like 25 cents a share, right? So at least for me and for the individual that had posted this question, you know, their money has centupled at the very least, right? Centupled. I'm enjoying a beer right now, so I hope you guys take the time and do that too. This is why we start the podcast afternoon, to make sure it's perfect time for you to be able to crack open a beer. That way you're gonna be like, oh my god, you're drinking already? Bitch, it's brunch. Or it's lunchtime. You're telling me see, that's what I don't get. That's what I don't get, right? This is what I don't get, right? When people are like, yo, it's 8 o'clock in the morning, you start drinking. I'm like, what do you mean? As if it's too early to start drinking. Like, am I not on vacation? Actually, I wasn't even on vacation when I was drinking at 8 o'clock in the morning. Yo, I just got a whole bunch of resin on my fucking finger. I ain't gonna lie. Like, that's no bueno. It's gonna get all over the place. Just like I'm all over the place with this topic. But, let's see. What is he saying here? What does he say? Darnell just sent you 60 footage and I'm playing golf right now. Please hold. Okay. What's going on, Poe? I haven't seen Poe in forever. Where the fuck has Poe been hiding? Alrighty. Okay. So, things are coming along swimmingly. Alrighty, funds are being exchanged, money is being made, people are happy. If I look out outside, the sun is shining, the weather is sweet. It makes me want to move my dancing feet to the rescue. Here I am. Doggy Cone has exploded, and people just want to know, what the fuck do I do? What the fuck do I do? And outside of Doggy Coin, right? This has to be a question that I guess most people have to ask themselves anytime that they've invested into something and they see it taking off. And let me give you a real answer, right? Outside of it's your money, you do with it what the fuck you want, because that really is the bottom line here, right? Because I can give you it's like when people give you life advice, or you go to people for life advice and you give them the greatest advice in the world and they still do the opposite, right? Like I can give you all the great advice in the world and you can still do the opposite. Ultimately, it's your money, but what I would tell you to evaluate is, what were your goals when you invested that money? Right? That may be one of the first things that you want to ask yourself, right? When you invested that money into Doggy Coin, what was the purpose and what was the goal? Were you plan? And what I mean is that were you plan on just making a quick buck? That once it doubled or tripled, you were planning on taking your money out? If that was the case, then don't deviate from that plan. That was your plan. Because if things go sideways and you didn't stick to your plan, then you're gonna smack yourself. Or you're gonna kick yourself. You're gonna feel a little shitty. Now plans change, right? Like you see the money flowing and plans may change, and you may say, okay, well, whatever was my plan initially, right, can alter now possibly based off of what's going there, right? And for example, I'll use myself, full disclosure, as an example. When I invested that money into Doggy Coin, I invested into the belief of what's considered my short-term portfolio, right? So my plan was that I wasn't going to hold on to it long. I just wanted it to double, and once it doubled, I was going to take my money out. But now, based off its growth, and it's doubled some time ago now for me, but based off its growth, those plans have altered slightly, and I feel that I may be able to take more risk and still be able to execute my plan. Right? So then maybe you have more than one plan, and that's what ended up happening, is that wasn't just my only plan, right? I have multiple plans. Well, I'll go on, sugar. Let me see. You gotta check me off. That wasn't my only plan that I've had for myself. So it all depends on what your plan and what your goals are. Now, when you invested this, if your plan was you wanted to be part of a long-term portfolio, that you're getting this now at 5 cents, and you want to see if it's going to get to where Bitcoin is at $6,000 a share, then hold on to that bitch. Like, I know it seems tempting now, but if your goal was to hold on to it to see what the fucking can do, if you didn't invest a significant amount of money that you don't need back, then hold on to that bitch and ride that motherfucking wave. Ride that shit. Ride that shit like you're trying to get a kid. For the ones that go to do the riding. You know what I mean? So it all depends on what your plan is or what goals that you have. So initially this started off in my short-term portfolio, right? As soon as it doubled, I wanted to take the money out. I'll bet you guys. I'll even give you full disclosure the amount. It wasn't a significant amount of money, right? My risks aren't at the place where I can invest what most people may call a significant amount of money, right? To some people, maybe this is a significant amount of money. This is kind of in between for me, right? This isn't quite considered a significant amount of money. Plus, I've planned for this. It was $75. That $75 now has centupled, so it done more than double. So it's met its short-term goal that I've had for it when I initially invested. But I also have other goals. And if this continues to go where it's going, this can also help fund a lot of other investment goals that I have. 'Cause I'm not going to take this money out for personal needs. Excuse me. This is all still for investment reasons, because I'm not done investing. If you're done investment, like if this help you hit the point, that jackpot where you no longer have to invest, then you go ahead and take all your money out. But if you're still investing, then this is just a continuation point. This is just a boost. This is just an extra help in the direction you was trying to go. So in continuing with my short-term portfolio, I figure I'm gonna get a little bit greedy, and I'm gonna push my risk a little bit higher, because I have other assets to fall on in investments. But what I wanted to use it to do is to help fund my other short-term portfolios, because I'm trying to get a certain amount of short-term portfolios where a certain amount of stocks where I've invested $75 into, right? That's $75. You know, somewhere around like 7 to 15, right? Somewhere around there. So instead of me having to work for it and like, okay, let me invest $25 here, $25 here, $25 here, $75 here, $100 here. Instead of me having to do all that and take money out of my regular income, my everyday income, I don't have to now. I can ride this wave for a little bit and see where it goes to, and see if this can help fund the foundation for my short-term portfolio, because I still need to build the foundation for my short-term portfolio, because I'm at a different risk point. I already have a midterm portfolio. That one is going swimmingly. I see the profits in there. Everything that is just about 9 months and over. Actually, yeah, everything from about 9 to 3 months of investing. 9 to 3. Okay, I'll just make it real simple. The only thing that hasn't had a gain so far is the shit that we just invested into in January, and that's still all of the COVID shit. For me, talking to Nat personally. So you guys are a little behind the curtain. Now, like I said, it was really funny that I got all of those messages, and Doggy Coin is being talked about today, because I talked about this last night. I talked about this last night with the Boo. She said she's in the chat room right now. You know what I mean? Like, I was talking about this, and this is when I started laying out this plan. And this wasn't the first time that I thought about that. I thought about this scenario from the moment I came up with this short-term portfolio. What if one of these boom really high? What if the rate at which it grows, it just happens to be going so fast that I'm like, damn, I may want to ride this out, because if I could ride this out properly, it can help fund everybody else. Instead of having to go from 1 to 2, from 2 to 4, from 4 to 8, from 8 to 16, and wait for everybody to have to mature, I can find one that is maturing at a very fast rate, and it can wipe out the whole entire foundation. Short-term portfolio done. Mid-term portfolio is still in check. That one still has another. We're just now finished. Oh my God, Natalie. How exciting is this? We just finished the last installment for 1 year in this April. When July turns around, we'll be cashing out to reinvest now. Man, what a time. What a time. I know this. I know what you guys are thinking. Like, damn, I thought you do money talk. I thought you do that money talk on Monday. Well, you know what? Again, folks, if you're just not catching the podcast, there isn't going to be a podcast this Monday. I consider Monday my New Year's Eve. And as most people on New Year's Eve, I do not work. So I will not be having a podcast on New Year's Eve. I'll be on the beach watching my sexy lady in a motherfucking bikini, as the, you know what I mean? I'm hoping it's one of those string things too. So like, you know, where the ass just sucks it up like, and that motherfucker just disappears in that shit. Ooh, man, I'm telling you, I'm gonna have to lay on my stomach at the beach. I'm telling you right now, all those eyes that's gonna be on you. Woo. He's like, yo, how deep is this hole? I'm gonna assume about 7 to 8 inches. It all depends. Oh shit. What? What? The hell are you talking? What? What? Yeah, that's not what I said. That's not what I said at all, Will. I don't know what you. I ain't think about it. I'm not even gonna repeat it. I can't even repeat what you said because I'm not trying to put that on wax so I could be flagged for that. So that could be in the archives, and next thing you know, that'd be words that came out of my mouth. I ain't say that. I did not say lay on my stomach. No, see, ooh, you almost got me. You know, listen, I'll go back and I'll review the tapes. Like I'll review the tapes afterwards. What are we at? Like just about let's call that the 24.5-minute mark of the podcast. We'll go looking for it. I don't think I did, to be honest with you. But we gonna see. I don't think that's what I said. Like I'm sorry. You guys have to be in these chats. Like I keep telling you guys, like the best way to interact with the podcast, right? There's many ways to find the podcast. Like easiest way is just tell your smart speaker to play the latest episode of the MyT Sports Podcast. M is in Mike, Y is in Yankee, T is in Tango Sports Podcast. You just tell your smart speaker you want to listen to this latest episode of the MyT Sports Podcast, or that you want to play the latest episode of the MyT Sports Podcast. Or just go to my website, mytsports.net. Usually easiest ways. But if you want to interact with the show fully, like YouTube ain't the way. I ain't gonna lie. Like I know you feeling like, damn, YouTube ain't the way. YouTube feel like it should be the way, but YouTube ain't the way. It's not the way to fully interact with the podcast. Instagram ain't the way to fully interact with the podcast, because I can't read. Like, see, Instagram, you're there. Like, I hope you guys can see this, right? Instagram is way the fuck over there, right? I can't see that shit. When you guys type there, I can't. Like, even with my glass on, that shit's too. Listen, ain't shit about being blind. Bitch, that shit's small. Can't see none of that shit. Let's come on to the Podbean app. Right, we got you here. Yeah, YouTube isn't either. Yeah, YouTube ain't the spot to interact either. Cause I don't be seeing that shit. Like, not for nothing. Like, listen, I love all my YouTube peoples, but I don't be seeing that shit in time. I don't be seeing that shit in time. I don't be seeing it in time at all. Okay, you know what? Talk about time, right? Since we're talking about being at the beach, and Chill Will's talk about legs being in the air, right? And we're talking about time. We're talking about time. I wasn't sure if I was going to introduce. Oh shit! He's here. He is here. Free Chill Will. Free Chill Will. Free Chill Will. What's going on, Chill? Will? Oh yeah, and also yeah, YouTube is always gonna be behind a little bit. YouTube is always gonna be behind just a little bit. So that too is that.
What's going on with this thing?
I'm good. We're good.
But
I
I'm
hear you
here,
now.
baby.
So did you invest into the doggy coin?
No, man. I just man started doing the currency shit. Man, I'm for real. Man, I'm just starting to invest in general, like I should. I mean, I always had like you got your little 401ks and a little couple of things in your portfolio, but I'm actually just started getting this shit seriously the last maybe year. So I'm still learning a lot. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to start learning these charts and how to do that shit. I don't know nothing about. I probably have to link up with you about it, but
hey, I'm still learning
man,
too. I'm still learning too. Like very recently, I'm trying to find out what the fuck an NFT is.
Yeah.
Like.
Well, yeah, like all that shit. But my homeboy been in it, and he do Forex as well. And a lot of people don't like Forex, but you can make money off of it, I guess.
Foreign exchange. Yes. If everybody doesn't know what Forex is, foreign exchange.
Yeah, so, and they got like these charts. It's just the same thing with the stock, but it's the same kind of same methods. So when you invest in it, you got all types of goals. You got long term, short term, medium. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whatever.
And the beautiful thing about it is that like you get, because like I said, like it just takes, like, trust me, I don't feel like sometimes I really know more than somebody, like, even like yourself, that somebody's been in there a year. I just been interacting a little bit more, so I just know little nuances. But it's I forgot the fuck I was gonna say.
It can get extensive though, man. It can get extensive basically. You can delve into it deep. With the Forex, I do know people who literally make money on it, have made money on it, but it can be time consuming. But if you do it for like a good year or two, some people really like. Some people swear by it. Some people say, "Nah, you ain't gonna make fast money," and I think it's I don't know. certain things they seem like a scam because of how they present it to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like when they present it to you,
Yeah,
like
that
the
is
guy,
true.
like the guy with the question marks in the book. You know what that book he had? Remember the guy that got the commercial like, "Hey, it's me, and I'm gonna show you how to, I don't know, fuck a cow in 20 seconds." You know, I don't know. You know that guy with the glasses.
I don't.
You remember the guy with the glasses at the book?
I don't remember him
And like the
specifically.
Joker suit,
Oh,
man.
wait, are you talking about like from Batman? Or are you talking about like the infomercial?
Nah.
Okay, I know
Yeah,
the
it's an infomercial.
Okay. I remember him.
Dude,
Yes, I have a memory of him. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, or like the home remedy guy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember that commercial. He was running like the home remedy guys, where he's selling a book with a bunch of home remedies. So you get things like that are presented in infomercials, and sometimes them shits are really legit. And the dude I'm talking about was with the grants. He was so you had to get government grants, and he had a nice Joker suit on, and he had the glasses, and he would be hopping around, but it actually was some legit information in there.
With these
Same
grants,
thing with the Forex.
did he have an LLC already?
Nah, he was yeah. I mean, I don't know what the fuck he had it set up like, but it was just infomercials.
Okay.
That he was, man, you gotta know this guy, man, because it was, oh my gosh.
I thought you switched over to somebody that you had also met.
The other, it was a couple guys I was thinking about in general. I was just talking about how it's presented. It's presented like it's a scam or like it's just a quick money grab for them, which kind of is sometimes it is because they're selling information, right? But that don't mean the information that they're selling isn't legit. It's just some shit that they're letting you know about that you may have to follow through to get money. And Forex, how Forex is, that's how it's presented. Because it got so many people trying to get you in they little master classes, and that's what they're selling. They making money off Forex, but they trying to make money on the back end by selling the information.
Yeah.
And that's what it is, right? Like so now you can get into selling on Amazon. You can make money off that legit, but there's so many people selling on Amazon the information on how to do it well. So now that they selling on Amazon, but now it's flooded kind of on Amazon. So they say, you know what? Let me teach people how to do it, just so I can make money as well. And not to say you can't be the all-out hustler and out hustle 100 million other people that are doing it. Maybe you can. Maybe, you know what I'm saying, you just how much energy you put into the shit, how much grind you put into the shit. Just like pie. Tomorrow you can get a deal tomorrow and make $100 million. You know what I'm saying? But you got your shit bubbling, popping. Your shit. You ain't got to stay. You ain't got to get ready because you already ready. You feel me? So when your shit pop, when MyT shit pop, you ready. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no surprise for you. It's money in the bank. You feel me? You know what I mean? Like if it gets to like Howard Stern level, you already ready. And that's kind of how like the shit is with the Forex. Like it's just kind of like. You can either do it on low end or do it on high end, and it can pop. It's just how much effort you put into it to the pop. So it really be from real shit like that. But I don't know, man. It just takes a lot of time and energy to study the charts and shit like that. So
because I know with foreign exchange, there's a bunch of patterns and things that you do have to pay attention because you're basically talking about you're kind of just trading the dollar against other dollars. And you're trying to figure out where you gonna come from and get that win. Like, you know what though? Also, and you and Nat kind of helped me remind what I was gonna say. And like everything has its benefits. What I would tell is that you just have to know where your risks are at, right? So, and I think that was my point. When I was trying to make earlier was that at like when you first start off, like to be honest with you, your risk you shouldn't be taking high risk. Like that's how I feel. Like me personally, unless you also have high risk capital backup money already there, like secure your risk, like secure your money, get it, like get your foundations set. The foundation has to always be set with anything. You know what I mean? Bad foundation, shitty house. So get your foundation set. That's kind of how I feel. And I don't know. I don't know if you can build a foundation with like with like foreign exchanges and options early on, unless you really know a lot. Like you may like, you know what I mean? Like so, for everybody that's you know, like that's taking their time or year in 2, 3, you'll trust me. Everything all of that shit, we will all get there. You'll get there, but just manage your risk, and that's still probably the biggest thing that you have to learn. Just how to manage your risk and what you're willing to lose, and what you're willing to gain, and what you're trying to get out of it ultimately. Because like you said, there's the long, there's the short, and there's the mids.
Yeah, I agree, bro. And I'm just starting out. I hear that a lot. And what I do is I kind of like I hate to fuck up, but in having that same hate to fuck up, you kind of be scared to jump off the porch, which is the wrong thing. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be able to have a medium. You got to have, just do your due diligence and make your educated guess and then go with it. You're going to fuck up, but it's not about, what I'm learning is not about fucking up. It's how you bounce back from them fuck ups, what you learn from them fuck ups. And that's what everybody should see, opposed to not fucking up. You want to do your due diligence. Like, you don't want to ever, like, what hurts the most is when you don't do your due diligence, you just do some stupid shit, and somebody come tell you, man, all you got to do is look at, read this, or look at this instruction, or whatever. You're like, damn, them the fuckers I try to avoid. Some shit you just don't know coming. You know what I'm saying? If I'm trying to build a business and I don't know there's a such thing as a government grants in the world, that's cool. But if I know there's government grants in the world and I just didn't go searching for them, and I went out and I kind of went bankrupt on my first business, trying to get, and somebody tell me, man, all you had to do is go to get this government grant. Like, damn, I was just lazy. I didn't go research and do my due diligence. No, they're not the mistakes I'm talking about. I'm talking about the ones that you can't foresee. So other than that, I just, you just make you do your due diligence, you do your due diligence, and you step off the porch. And you got to move, though. The thing is, you got to be moving. That's the one thing I learned. You have to be moving. You got to be in the game. You have to be, because if you ain't gonna be. You just gotta. Some people make more mistakes than people, even fucking make moves. Yeah. So that's.
And you'll make mistakes. You'll make mistakes. Like, it's not. Yeah. It's like anything else. It's not gonna be mistake free. That's kind of why I was like, yo, with your risk, like, like. You just gotta you just gotta be comfortable, like where you're able to make mistakes at, and what kind of mistakes you're able to eat, and be like, you know what, I can bounce back from. I you know what I mean. Next time I do this, I can, you know what I mean, and then they'll feel like you sold the whole fucking house, like that's what it. Right,
but that's a great example too. That's a great segue, because my homeboy said the same thing. It's crazy. Everybody I learned that invest in houses said the same thing. That's in real estate said the same thing. Like, you know what I'm saying, you gonna make mistakes, but are you covered from your mistake? I never lost. I got a guy that invests in real estate. He said I ain't never lost money on a house. I ended up going to a seminar with the DJ Envy shit, and they said the same thing because of how they invest. They say we fuck up, but we account for our fuck up. So when we buying a house, if it's $30,000 under market value, and I gotta put 25 back in it, I might have made a lot of fuck-ups along the way, but still I ain't really come out of pocket. So that's just, how, you know what I'm saying? That's just how you cover your ass. Yeah. So you make moves like that. You know what I mean? And the same thing with anything else. Like you say, you take low risk, and then at first, once you get into it, you know what I'm saying? Because, hey, I can tell you, in a 10-year period, no one has ever lost, that's invested wisely in the stock market, like with a decent portfolio. Ain't nobody ever lost no money. You don't want to lose money like that.
I'll tell you right now.
Typically, 9 times out of 10, you're making money exponentially.
Yeah, like as it currently stands right now, I'm about 5 years in. Right now, I'm about 5 years in. While I've lost money on stocks, so let me make sure people know this, because I tell people about a lot of stocks and they see a lot of stocks and I'm like, damn, that hit. I've also lost money on a lot of stocks, but that does not even come close to how much money I have hit on. It's not even, like, you know what I mean? Like, because you can't hit on everything. Like, nobody's firing on 100%. But
man, look,
if you're firing on 81%,
if you study on
but if you can fire on 81%, you'll make bread. And that's what I didn't know. See, when I started, I didn't see. It's the things, and it's what you said. It's the things that you don't know that you don't know.
Right. That's perfect. That's a perfect saying.
Like, because I didn't know that okay, for the and I've heard people tell me this. Like I told you, I know, like I have access to a millionaire that will. What I'm telling you right now, he'll be like, T, I told you this in 2007. What the fuck? Like, you were on my couch and I've said this to you. But again, it's like the kid with the hot stove. You don't know like sometimes you gotta touch that motherfucker, or you have to, or you just have to be in it, or you have to experience it. And I'm here now. I'm like, damn, if I would have realized 5 years ago that 81, like it didn't matter. Just go. 81% of the shit that you touch, and I'm throwing that number out there. I feel like it's 8. I feel like it's more like 75, 80%. But I'm throwing 81% because that's the year I was born. So like 81% of the shit that hit is gonna hit. I would have went 10 times more aggressive than what I did. But my reluctancy and experience made me a little hesitant on the dollar amounts I invested in early. Now, if you had to ask me, I have no whims in investing in those dollar amounts that I had whims on in the beginning. I'm like, oh no, I see this. I actually regret the fact that I didn't do that for every single stock, because I know right now I'll be talking to you guys as a millionaire in 5 years.
Bro, I know somebody that don't even really put money in his savings account, bro. He saved money, but half that money he investing that making.
Because your
he
savings
got a
account,
whole extra income that he just literally put into the stock market, bro. He puts $25,000 into Bitcoin, and it hit, and he took most of the money out and started investing in something else. But then the next week he lost like about 15 in something else, but it was nothing for him. I'm like,
that money back already,
nigga, you ain't been telling me this whole time. You've been doing this. You ain't even told me about. Yeah. And he been teaching his son, like he got a stepson. He been teaching him the charts.
But
he been teaching, like, so. Think about the people you put around you that you could do this, and so you think like, man, I'm trying to get rich in 5-10 years. But what about the people around you? If we all do that at one time, nigga, we could. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I be trying to get it. Like you said,
this is how you own a small community. But
yeah, man.
But let me. I want to stop here before you went into further, because Natalie's actually talking about this. Savings accounts are shit. I'm gonna let you guys know this right now. This is the reason why I've been so heavy on making sure everybody invests their money. Putting your money in a savings account is damn near no better than putting it underneath your mattress. You might as well go put it in a jar, because the interest rate that they give you on savings account is shit. Go look at it. It's like 0.1. It's 0.0. Not even. I'm sorry. So it's. I'm glad you said
the
this.
The most you're gonna get is it's gonna be like almost 1%.
It's
maybe.
No, not even 1%. Like 0.3%. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Like not even 0.3%. 0.03. 0.03%.
I think the highest.
That's what I'm talking about. 0.03% is what I'm talking about.
Yeah. But I think the most I ever got on like what's it, like a CD? I'm thinking like CD in banks. Like a CD is like 3%, maybe 5%.
Yeah, you can get a CD. You can get a CD for that, but a CD is a little bit different because that takes a.
You can't take it out.
Yeah, they're taking a lump sum of your money, and they know that they have your money hostage for 5 years to do what the fuck they want to do with it. So yes, they'll give you.
I mean, it ain't gotta be 5 years. It could
3
be.
years.
They got
2
different.
years, 1 year.
Yeah, it could be a year. It could be a year. It could be 9 months. They got something like. It depends.
Nat. See, Nat done got heated. See, Nat. See, I'm glad Nat is over here. See, Nat can't even control.
But check this out, team. They're doing the same shit that they're doing, taking the money and doing what you should be doing with it.
This is why we're investing. You know what? I'm glad you finally said this, because this is what I've been trying to tell people. Okay. This is the reason why we invest. This is the reason why I've been so heavy on making sure everybody around me has an investment account. You don't want your money in a savings account in the bank, because when you put your money in this, okay, the rule of 72, right? Let's I hope you guys can write this down with me, right? Let's go write down a little chart, right? There's a rule of 72 out there. I'm gonna write down a couple of numbers. We're gonna write down 3, 6, 12, 18, right? So I'm gonna break this down for you in just a little bit, right? And I know they're not giving you these numbers, right? But let me understand what's going on here. Is that when you put your money in a savings account, or even when your money that's in your checking account, but really your savings account or your CDs or anywhere else, right? The reason why that bank tells you, oh, on your savings account, we're gonna give you 0.01% back on your money, and remember, banks can't guarantee anything really, because you can't guarantee what the stock market is gonna do, but they have an idea. When they say we're gonna give you back 0.01, or when you do a CD, we're gonna give you back 3% back on your money. If they're giving you back 3% back on your money, how much do you think they're getting on your money? At least 6. We all know how business works. If somebody is guaranteeing you something, they may double. If you buy a shirt,
it might be more than that, depending on how well they're doing.
Exactly. If you buy a shirt for $30,
you don't know what
that company paid $15 for it. You know what I mean? Like, like,
shit. If you buy a shirt for $30, that company probably paid $5 for it,
or $10, because they bought it in bulk.
I'm currently doing that type of shit now. We have to talk about that shit too. Like, and man, bro, that's the business right now. Like, I even just if you just out to have a t-shirt business, bro, because you can get t-shirts if you get right with the right persons. You can get a t-shirt made for $7-8 an hour. I mean, $7-8 a shirt. Sell that bitch for, like you said, $30. Mm-hmm. That's just easy.
Listen, I just want to sell.
Just shirts. My t-shirts. I don't know if you got merch. How much merch you got?
I don't have any merch. I just want to sell shirts for $17 a pop. That's all.
Bro, you can sell your merch. Like, all you need is a good ass, simple ass, whatever. Put that bitch on the shirt, man. Put that bitch on the internet, or you know what I'm saying. Especially if you get, man, I'll talk about it. I'll tell you about it.
But no, I got you.
Dumb.
But back to what Nat, because Nat is writing something, and this is the kind of story I'm getting to. We're backing stuff up. So when you when you put your money in a savings account in the bank, the reason why your bank is telling you we're gonna give you 0.1% back on your savings account or 3% back on your CD bank is because they know they can make anywhere between 12 to 8% back on your money. At bare minimum, they're making 6. You know that, and we've seen this. The reason why you know you've seen this because fucking banks have gone from being as small as houses to as big as fucking skyscrapers. We're paying for all of that overhead. We're paying for all of their advertising. We're paying for all of that extra fluff and bullshit. That's the reason why we get the peanuts while they fucking sit on there with fucking with peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and fucking milk. We getting peanut shells. But that's why there's a rule. So let me take this a little step further, right? There's a rule of 72. There's a rule of 72. I don't know if you heard me say this before, Will, but I'm gonna say this as many times as I need to until everybody understands the rule of 72. The rule of 72 is basically how long it takes for your money to double, right, in the stock market, right, or period. So if the bank tells you that they're gonna give you a 3% rate of return on your money, right, what you do is that you divide that into 72, and that's how long it will take. Oh, that's in the chats too, yeah. That's how long it takes for your money to double. So at 3% rate of return, they're talking about your money isn't doubling for 24 years. So if you put $1,000 in the bank, it would take and you did nothing else to it. It would take 24 years for that $1,000 to double. That's what they're guaranteeing you. While they're taking your $1,000 and they're doing what we have just been doing. They're investing into Take Two Interactive. They're invested into AMC. They're invested into Doggy Coin.
Right.
You understand? And then, because they have somebody working these numbers, they have somebody reading the charts. They have people literally sitting there and just making investments with our money. Our money is what the fuck they're making investments. Every time you walk into a Chase and you're like, ooh, this shit is nice, that's your money that did that shit. So if you're gonna put your money into a savings account, literally, you might as well just put it underneath your bed and call that a fund for your little one and reward them with good shit. Because even my niece got 2 accounts. She got a piggy bank and she got an investment account. So, sorry, yeah, you pushed the hot button on that one. Because that's how. Mm-hmm. I think he's talking about the money text line that that I probably, yeah. Nat's definitely, listen. Nat is the person that I talked to make sure that I congregated with to know that this shit was gonna go off. Oh yeah, Will's in there too, Nat. Just let you know. So yeah, you guys are in the same chat. That's so. Anytime like you guys tell me something, because still with so I know we have multiple people that's in that chat that's listening, right? So because I need to ask about merch as well. She's gonna ask you about some merch, Chill Will. Yeah, 'cause I need to get some. I gotta get some. Even if I just do an online, even if I just gotta figure out how to do an online store and tie it into my goddamn website, you know what I mean, or some shit like that. So
it's easy. I'm gonna tell you, if you just want to just be hands off, it's easy. I'm gonna show you how to do.
So you already got a website, mytsports.net. So all I gotta do is just tie it on to there. And since you talk about the website and all the things that we're doing, right? And we're talking about money, right? I know we're starting to get into that demographic in life where, you know, we're former soldiers, right? Right. Well, we're getting to that time in our life where sometimes we don't salute, you know, as firmly as we need to, right? You know, like we're starting to get around that age, you know, what some of us do. So for anybody that's having that problem, we now have a solution, right? And and when I say we, I do mean we in the fullest form. We're talking about here on the MyT Sports Podcast. We now have an official sponsor, and that sponsor is Blue Chew, folks. If you don't know, Blue Chew is made from the same ingredients that they use to make Viagra and Cialis, but this is that in a chewable form. I have now a referral code for you guys. Use the referral code F as in Fox, T as in Tango, O as in Oscar, T as in Tango, and get yourself $20 off your first order. Now, to believe it or not, there actually is an option for a $20 order. So you can actually get yourself a free order of Blue Chew with the referral code FTOT. That referral code will be good for 25. So that's going to be the first one. We're going to have a bunch of them. Listen, so basically you're going to have to make sure you listen to that podcast to be able to get that referral code and be able to get one that you can use if you're trying to get yourself a free sample of Blue Chew. If you can make yourself down to the podcast either today or next Wednesday, I'll give you a free sample. Chew it and do it. Holla at your boy. We got a Blue Chew sponsor, baby. We got a Blue Chew sponsor. I was going to save it for the new year, but I couldn't help myself.
I got a question though about the Cash App. You know, you can buy and sell stocks through Cash App.
Yes.
You know that?
Yes.
So how do you feel about that?
I use it. So to be honest with you, that's one of my portfolios. Now I kind of had the same trepidation that it sounds like that you have.
That's how I bought my Bitcoin. That's how I bought my Bitcoin, and I still don't even know how I'm gonna move that shit. But it's in there. It's in there.
Oh my God! Can I tell you what happened? I'm so mad at myself. I don't know what I was doing in 2018, right? Around December of 2018, but something happened, and I accidentally bought $300 of Bitcoin. But I wasn't trying to, so I bought it and I sold it right then and there, and put the money where I needed to put it. If I would have kept that money in there, I'd have like $5,000 right now. If not more off of that shit. I looked at that shit, I was like, because I think I bought it at like $400 a share, and it's like at $6,400 a share. And I was like, oh no, that's not even funny. But I to answer your question about buying stocks through Cash App, I still don't know what the downfall is, except for I don't think that they pay dividends at the same rate that other platforms do. I think that they may skim some off of the dividends, because I didn't. What am I trying to say? I have a portfolio in there, but I had my concerns as well, so I didn't put a lot of money in there. It was a very low amount, very, 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 very low amount. But I bought into like 15 different companies. Now, if I would have put $100 into those 15 different companies, I would have made tons of dough. But I didn't do anything near that. You know what I mean? I just put it in there to test, and it works perfectly fine. They pay me my dividends when I need to get paid. There's in there, the money grows. Like, my money has completely doubled already by now. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's working on tripling itself. So like that's like a little foo portfolio that I just have sitting there with, like, so it works. Like, I don't know what else to. I have no other real feelings about it, like, because like
I'm gonna find out about that shit though. I'll figure it out and then I'll pass it along. But that's the big, you know, the charges and then, you know, the rates and shit. Cause there's a lot of little apps coming up with like no rates, no charges. I be seeing that shit pop up on my feed. Like, what is going on? I want to know what's the drawback.
Well, Robinhood did that. When Robinhood came out with their transaction-less fees, right? It let the whole entire world know that you've been paying for something that you didn't have to pay for. It's like when Credit Karma came out. It's like, oh, we'll give you your credit report. You know, like, what? I have to pay for this?
But then when you try to buy AMC, they shut that shit down. You get what you pay for.
It's when you tried to buy AMC. It's not when you tried to buy. It's when you tried to buy it. Right. Because I had AMC.
I shouldn't have to go through that. But I know people who was regular with with the regular trade. Shits.
I'm actually gonna.
They didn't have that problem.
You know, it's funny. I'm gonna explain this to you the same way because I had a conversation with one of my other Army brethren today, and it was specifically regarding the AMC shit. Couple of things. They weren't the only ones that had that problem, right? This happened on multiple. Like I said, I'm involved in like 5 different platforms now, right? Did they all have this issue? No, but at least 2 of them did, right? Dopage Network just popped up. So so I think it was like 2 or 3. So now I know that this is something that happened on multiple platforms, and this is how I kind of looked at it. If you had $65 million in your bank, right? If you went to your bank today and was like, yo, I'm pulling all of my $65 million out, they may ask you for a day or 2. You know what I mean? Like, for a whole bunch of reasons. This kind of happened to them in a weird way of how we just explained what the banks are doing with our money, right? And also in another weird way, think about what also happened to like the Madoff people, where who the hell is here? Is that Johnny? Oh shit! Mom got your stuff. So go see her. Thank you for coming through. Oh shit!
What's up, pimp?
Pimpin'. Oh, I feel special. Okay, so I have seats over here. Go ahead and take a seat. You'll be on camera.
No, I'm good. We're about to bounce. We got shit to do.
Well, you'll be on camera for 5 minutes and then you'll bounce.
How's it going?
Everything's going good. I think I got shit for you guys. So no, seriously, go have a seat. Hey, you're not on camera right now.
Are you online now?
I'm live right now.
Why?
That's how. What do you mean live? Why? I go live at 12:07 and we're still talking, and I got Fluffy in the room as well too.
Well, Fluffy is a room by himself.
Damn. I mean, shit. I mean, when you all,
Well, hi, Fluffy. Big up. What up, Fluff?
None of my shit.
Oh, here goes Fluffy calling in. See what you did? You done figured out a way to get him to call in. Thank you. No, seriously, go have a seat. I won't put you on camera, because I need to get over there like in 2 seconds. Because I'm gonna give you something, but then I'm gonna put you on camera when I give it to you guys.
Oh shit! 2 chains, dog.
Oh wow! I'm just realizing.
What is she going
What's going on,
like
What's up, brother?
Go have a seat.
I got 2 seconds.
I know you guys do this. So this is gonna take about 2 seconds. So you both go have a fucking seat. The quicker you have a seat, the quicker your 2 seconds will fucking happen. Like you just making shit difficult for no fucking reason.
What up, Talone?
Nah, man, all is good. All is fucking good. You know what I mean? We're doing the podcast right now. Oh, you can't even.
You got a weed plant right there, like what?
Whoa! I'm live. These calls may be recorded for quality and training purposes, dog. You see that red plant? That red one to the right. That was supposed to be yours, by the way. You see what that motherfucker's doing to my fucking ecosystem over here? Like, okay,
I
so
don't understand what this plant is here.
They're all mint plants.
This is a mint. Oh, this is mint?
Yeah, so I call him Minty Me.
Why does that?
Smell your finger. Smell your finger now.
They look fake. Whoa, that's what a mint leaf looks like, huh?
Alright, what's up?
My shit's a giant.
Dude, this is fucking beautiful.
No, but like you can't. But like, how do you know if it's like a male or female?
Mint plant?
No,
Oh, that
Negro.
one. They tell you. I had to read it. I'll have to read it again to tell you.
Like,
But
well,
it's
no,
not-
because only the female is bud, right?
some shit like that.
Or, in hypothetical terms, of course, because we don't have that.
You know you got a Yeti back there, right?
Yeah, it's mine. Yeah. I haven't used that shit in forever.
I figured there's probably mold coming in there.
Possibly. What the hell's going on here?
Oh shit, look at that pool, dude.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen it yet because they're putting it in there. They're putting it in now.
That's sexy,
Oh, that
dude.
shit is sexy as fuck. And then they got the only separation in these two houses right here. Cause all the other houses
give you
are
some
fuck.
space, bitch.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but the other one.
Yeah, no, bendito.
Have you been
There you
hearing
go.
that shit? Has it been fucking with you?
I've been hearing that shit for fucking 5 years now.
I mean, but has it like?
Listen, it's fucked up my view. It's fucked up my zen. It's fucked up everything.
Dude, I didn't know. I didn't realize you have so much light coming into this fucking.
Of course, that's why I never close my blinds. Okay, so let's get you both.
Well, no,
your
you don't
shits.
care either way.
Well, you already gave me. You already gave me my shit.
That's okay. So you were here already. Okay.
Ow, son of a bitch.
Alrighty. So as you guys can see, you're right there on camera now. And this is your. Why did you just have
The only look.
the only
fucking
old man,
no.
the dude
Zoolander.
No, I was gonna say the
No,
dad.
like just
I was gonna say the neighbor from Dennis the Menace.
I don't know what that means.
Yo, I know you
Oh,
called
cool.
in here. I know you called in, Fluffy. So like, how come I ain't hear you yet? I see KJ here
I
now.
like this fucking this shot glass though. Can we get something in here though? I mean, like, why you gotta give me an empty shot glass? Like,
Oh, see, he didn't do that shit to me though.
Well, you didn't ask.
You're right. I did.
You wanted to go
Alright,
home
take
with a
a shot,
clean
we
shot
gotta go.
glass. He wants to go home with a celebrated shot glass. Actually, let me get my shot glass.
Oh, if this is a fucking no, then
That's the one I picked. I got for myself.
Nice.
You can take it to go.
yo, that's fucking hilarious.
Hold on, let me show the people this
That's
shit.
awesome.
You show the people in the camera your shot glass.
This is my 420 shot glass. Bomb bomb.
Oh, yeah, and as you know, I'm gonna be here for the New Year's. I
You want
want
to give me a shot of a fucking golf fucking ball? No, I want a shot in my shot glass, not a golf ball in my shot glass.
I'm sorry. I know how much you like balls.
Whoa, pause.
Really? After today?
What does that even mean?
Some bullshit.
Yup,
He was
exactly.
already talking about it. He ain't saying that when he was laying on his belly on the beach earlier when he talking about that. It's like I'm laying on my belly on the beach with my legs up.
I did not.
That was gay as hell, man.
I
That
ain't
was
say
so fucking
shit
gay.
about. Here you
That
go,
was
B.
so fucking gay.
Pull
I'm
it.
at work. I had to call
KJ
you 'cause that
heard
was
it?
so fucking gay.
What?
I know I was talking, bro.
Don't
He
ever-
gonna
I
say
did not
this.
say that shit.
Oh,
KJ,
hell
this
no.
we gonna
A little
say.
bit.
He said I got receipts.
Yeah,
I can
yeah,
go.
yeah,
I can
yeah.
go back and see if I said it or not.
Don't
We
ever
heard
think
you.
that shit.
Listen, I'll go back and
Don't
listen.
ever
I
think
did
that
not
shit.
say my legs in the air. Like
What
that's
the fuck?
blasphemous.
What?
Exactly. I did not say no shit like that.
Hey,
I
He
ain't
said
say
what
no
I
shit like
did say. I
that.
was gonna lay on my belly on the beach.
I did. I did say that. I was gonna lay on my belly on the beach.
Salute to
Salute,
Brew Crew.
brother.
Salute.
Alright.
Brew Crew episode.
Playing with my feet in the air.
300.
Episode 300. I'm glad you guys are here.
With that gay ass
Hey,
shit.
hey! I want to thank all of you for being here for episode 300 of the Mighty. Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm really glad because I have some of my favorite people in the world right now with me. Like the only person, like I got Natalie
Louis.
here. Listen, I got KJ here. I got Darnell. I got Johnny. I got Chill Will here. You know what I mean? We got Fluffy. And the only person missing is fucking Lewis's crackhead ass.
Yo.
Yo, here he go. What's going on? Welcome to the podcast, B.
Oh, what y'all doing after 5? 'Cause
Mighty
you know that's
T
when niggas get
Universe.
off.
Don't you dare be sour.
Brew Crew, Nelly on the line. Nelly on the line.
Oh shit.
What up,
Why
big
that
thing?
picture though?
Yeah. She look way better than that. What's going on right now?
I didn't create. Listen, that's the picture she used. That's not even her.
That's not even right. I was about to say that's not even
I was
right.
like, damn.
That's some. Yeah.
Bullshit.
You got to talk louder, Fluffy. You're barely coming in here. I can barely hear you. I got Yinglings in the fridge.
No,
No,
I gotta
we
go.
gotta go.
Not yet.
I know. I was trying to see how long you
No,
got.
I gotta go. Like, trust me, I've been golfing since. Yep, I gotta go. Love you, brother.
So I already talked about the doggy shit. We kind of talked about that already.
You'll be tomorrow.
Yes.
Alright.
I'm gonna be bringing a person with me. A person of interest.
Now you hear this bullshit?
Whoa.
Natalie knows about it. She's in the chat. She's in the chat room too.
Yeah,
we bring a person of
that
interest.
shit's badass.
What is this?
Oh, fuck your touchscreen. It only touched back.
Cause you're going the wrong way.
Fucking racist ass fucking laptop.
It knows my fingerprints. Oh shit! That's what's up. Like the 300th episode has officially been made. Like I'm happy. I'm happier than a pig and shit. I had to use a Caucasian reference to let you guys know how happy I was.
What we doing later though?
What we doing later?
Friday. It's Freaky Friday.
Listen.
Darnell and Johnny in the place.
Oh, they
Whoa. Am I still in here?
You're still in here. They just left too. They literally just walked out. Like they weren't staying for long. Like they came from playing golf and they just bounced.
God damn it. I wanted to complain about Darnell calling me a room.
I hate Darnell so much.
I can't even. Yo,
Oh my god.
Listen.
Jesus Christ.
Your complaint has been noted and.
Fun guy.
I mean, I don't know what you want me to do with that, B.
Milwaukee, this is for you.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Shit.
He dropped the young
This girl,
What?
you got some booty cheeks on you.
What are you talking
Oh,
about?
sorry, I'm driving.
Are you? Oh, I'm about to say
Publix.
like, are you driving or some shit?
Yeah, I'm driving. I saw some girl with some
Freaky
booty
Friday
cheeks, man.
teams.
I understand.
Freaky
They
Friday.
can't stop a nosebleed.
You know
Friday teams.
So, damn, we was doing some heavy,
Oh my God.
heavy money talk. We was doing some heavy money talk. So, that rule of 72, basically, like that's kind of one of the things I always want you guys to always know and always keep in the back of your mind. You whatever rate of return that you're saying that you're gonna get, you divide that into 72, and that's how long it's gonna take your money to double if you don't add another dime to it. You keep that in mind when you put your money into some of these CDs, some of these savings accounts.
Hey,
and
can
some
I-
of these- Go, yeah, yo, go on. Whatever happened to the podcast we were supposed to be doing when I was gonna whoop everybody's ass on the goddamn panel? How about that? How about you tell the people that? Why you dodging me? I'm the greatest podcast champ you ever had, and you don't want none of this smoke, and you ain't want me in the room. I want you, old man. Sorry, what you saying?
Can I just say one time, get at me, dog?
I'm trying to get at you, but where my dog's at? A simple rewrite here, dog, would have sufficed.
Oh my god.
Oh, fuck. I love
This is
podcasts.
crazy. Well, no, you know what happened? I'll tell you what happened. People are flaky in the podcast industry.
Ah, that's true. That is true. I happen to have some of these same problems. Like, can you believe this is the first time that Darnell this is the second time Johnny has made it here. This is the first time Darnell has made it here, and they were here for exactly 5 minutes.
They walked in for 5 minutes and left.
Yeah, but also it was a business
I hate
transaction.
those light skins so much. That's some light skin. Those are some light skin
No,
shit
see,
right there.
they're not light skinned though. They don't have like they're not Mark.
Oh
Like
my
Mark is
God.
light skinned. Like they're Spanish. Like those two are Spanish. Like
That
Darnell
is true.
Darnell's Puerto Rican
That is true.
and Johnny's Cuban.
Wait, so by KJ's definition, they are light skinned.
No, they're not light skinned. Not by definition. No, not by
Yeah,
KJ's
they're
definition.
definitely
Light skinned.
But that was a light skin.
No, not by KJ's definition. They're light
If
skinned.
you're Cuban,
No,
yeah,
no,
that's
no.
pretty.
No, it's light skin.
Whoa, not all Cubans and Puerto Ricans.
No, light skin is a mentality. Light
No,
skin,
no.
light skin is a
I'm not
light
saying
skin
look
is a
alike.
complexion.
I'm saying
There's some
that.
Cubans-
Yeah,
there's some
but
Cubans
I'm
that are
saying
white
there's
as fuck out here.
but there's some Cubans that are black as hell.
Yeah, like
I
no,
know
wait,
that
hey,
stuff.
because
That too.
being
That's
light
true.
skinned isn't a complexion. Being light skinned is a mentality. And like
Well,
Mark
yeah,
is
yeah.
Mark is light
So wait a
skinned.
minute. You're
It's
not gonna tell me
both.
that
It's
wasn't a light
both.
skin move? You're not gonna tell me that was
No,
a light
it's
skin
both.
move just now? Pulling up to the crib for 5 minutes and then piecing out? That wasn't a light skin move?
Nah, that's some brew crew shit. Like we direct like a motherfucker. We listen.
Wait, hold on. Why did they come to your house anyway? To like give you a pat on the back?
They came to show some quick love because I cussed them out the last time when they didn't make it for episode 100 of the podcast, and also we had to make a business transaction.
Oh,
No,
okay. Are your hands sore?
Are my hands sore?
Oh.
No, not at all. Not
That
at
is
all.
so
Not at all. But thank you for asking about my health.
Hey, that's right.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
We need to get that drop. We need to get that drop.
This
This
is becoming awkward. This is becoming awkward now.
I'm just here so I don't get fined. We need that drop. The culture needs that drop.
I'll give it to you guys. I'll drop it for you guys. Listen, that's the 110 marker. We'll do it at 159.50 to make sure. Oh man. Don't worry, KJ. We gotta get some drops on you. Like we got one on Mark. We got a bunch on me, right? That's because I create the hot take shit. You know what I mean? But we got to start getting some of your drops in here. We gotta get you in here too, Chill Will. You can't be being so reserved with your shit. Like we got to have you drop some Nelly shits. But okay, back to the saying, being light skinned is not. It's not a complexion thing. It's a
state of mind.
Yeah, it's how you act. Like it's a living. It's a way of being. It's like it's like hip hop. It's like it has no
real hip hop
complexion. It's just a way of life. And by way of life, Darnell isn't light skinned. Johnny maybe.
Like light skin, they order chicken wings without the bread.
Actually, or they order chicken wings, but they order only flats. Actually, Darnell is light skinned. I'm tripping.
Only flats.
Darnell is definitely light skinned.
People who order only flat wings. Like, what are you doing, bro? I love.
Listen, I don't care if you order only flats or only drumettes. If you order only something, you light skinned.
You light skinned.
Yeah, I'm not hashtag the drumstick.
You put chicken wings in front of me, I'm going to motherfucking town. Word to every time.
But if I gotta eat the flats first, bro, like, I might as well just get all them bitches, right?
You know,
I can dig it.
I do like eating the flats first
because
I want to be able to dig it.
Right, though.
I want to be able to dig into the drumettes later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen.
So you're putting the drumsticks on layaway?
What?
Kinda.
Yeah.
That. I'm not doing that.
Literally.
Chicken wings for me is like popcorn. Whatever I grab is what I eat. If it's a drum, I'm gonna eat it. If it's a flat, I'm gonna eat it. So fuck, we don't discriminate over here. We don't discriminate.
Word is bond.
All chicken pieces need love.
It's kind of like coochie for me. I'm gonna be selective on which ones I pick first.
Well, yeah, you can't compare that to chicken wings.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you definitely can. Yeah, you definitely can.
Wait, so what do you consider a flat?
What? Hold on. What type of question is that?
A butterface?
What type of question is that?
I consider a flat a butterface. Like I gotta eat it, but I prefer the drumette.
Like is a flat a great personality?
It's flat is a flat. I mean, I'm just saying.
A flat is exactly
that you would
what you
pick
think
first.
a flat woman would be.
But you would pick first. You know what I'm saying? That's my first choice.
Wait, am I drinking and is the club dark? That's what I.
I don't know. That's a little bit. It's too much. I just know my first choice is always my first choice. If I have to, I'll take the drumettes, depending on how they cooked. But I'm always looking for the flats first. You know what I'm saying? I know you know what I mean. I know you know. I know he knows. If you're in a dark club, it's still, you know, a big. I don't want to be chauvinistic here.
This call is being recorded for quality assurance purposes.
Yo, I had to tell Darnell that. Oh, you heard that. You were there. I had to tell Darnell that shit. He started.
You know Darnell has no filter.
Darnell started revealing secrets to the Batcave. I'm like, no, nigga, this is called being recorded for quality. Like shit.
Darnell don't give up. You know Darnell don't give up.
Man, You know what, though? Think about it's not even though they don't even give a fuck half the time. It's like they don't even realize it half the time. Like I can smell them when they walked up here. They were even halfway up my stairs. I can smell them. They will say shit and I even realize but we all fall in that cap. This is why we're all friends and this is why we're all one brew crew. Like there's one thing that brought us all together and that was our alcoholism. Now we've matured a little bit and other things has kept us together. But what all brought us together was the sweet taste of alcohol.
Oh my god, I thought you were gonna say something else.
No.
Gotta love the liquor.
Flats.
Well, we
flats.
have women in our crew too. I mean, and when they all were coming up in their teenage years and early 20s, if they all didn't like a little bit of fluff, they all at least motorboated somebody. So hey, I like what I like. I ain't got no type.
Bad bitches is the only thing that you like.
Exactly.
Wow.
Beach.
How would your partner feel about that?
How would she feel? What? She a bad bitch. What the fuck you mean?
Oh, hold on.
In the most respectable sense of the word, she a bad bitch.
Respectfully.
Yeah.
Respectfully.
She a bad motherfucker.
Respectfully.
He said he was gonna lie on his belly and look at her on the beach. That's when he wasn't saying like a dude. But it just didn't sound right.
If any dude is gonna lie on their belly on the beach to look at a woman, she gotta be bad. Or you got issues.
Yeah, especially when your feet in the air.
And I got both.
Yeah.
See, and I got both. I got issues and she bad. She bad. And she got friends.
My brother, we love to hear it.
So where you at? Fort Lauderdale? Where you say you at exactly?
Timorous.
Yeah,
Chilla said, all right, I'm going there.
Tell you, man. Like, she left her earlier today, had me busting out in the fucking 2000 songs. Is there any more room for me in those jeans? I was about to start dancing down my stairwell, man.
Alright, Jimmy, relax. He was gonna be like Genuine and ain't none of them your friend's business, all dry humping the floor with 4 other niggas.
Whoa! Let's switch topics, okay? Right?
That's what she had you like singing all that Genuine and shit.
I didn't even sing a Genuine, and there's only one Genuine song to sing, and that's Pony. Like that is the only Genuine song worth singing. Like if I'm gonna be dry humping the floor, it's gonna be the Pony, okay?
Major facts. Actually, nah, don't be dry humping no floor, bro. Don't do that. Unless there's a whole bunch of women around.
Facts. Can we continue with the? Okay, so let's get into our first topic because we haven't even talked sports today. Have we even talked sports today yet? Shit.
I believe it. It's Friday. Do we really ever get into sports on Friday?
You know what all we talked about today?
Hey, it's the 300th episode.
Where the ladies at? Yeah.
I was gonna send a woman do a man's job.
All we talked about was the ladies money and women today. And since we're talking about ladies today, we have to make sure that we represent them and we give a big up to the WNBA draft that just happened last night. Big shout out.
Will. This means we can talk. Chill, Will. This means we can officially talk about the NFL draft now. Since the WNBA draft.
Exactly. We can officially talk NFL draft.
This fucking guy, sir. Oh my god. I swear to God. When he said that shit the other day, I was so high it didn't hit me until the next day. I was like, Wait, this nigga really said we can't talk about the NFL draft in 2 weeks because the
Man, this nigga
WNBA
hates
drops the
college.
next night?
How do you hate college football, the second best sport in America?
I don't hate college
That's
football.
so much. So much that you put it before the NFL draft before the WNBA. Oh, fuck. Why am I sounding chauvinistic today? I promise you I'm not a misogynist. But we're just ranking sports. If we're just ranking sports, I'm just saying it's not in the top 20. You know, it's just not.
Nigga Chill gonna get us in trouble with the women.
And
you're
to
not
put the
citing the
NFL.
Whoa, listen.
Right.
You know, pump your brakes, Will. You're going too far.
No, I mean, we gotta be realistic. Like, I mean, you know, keep it up with the Kardashians may be a #1 television show. I can admit that, but I don't watch it, but I can admit it. But you know, WNBA is not the top. You know, tiers like it's UFC. It's a lot of. But there's golf, you know. Come on, y'all just quiet, but y'all agree with me. Y'all really agree with me. Like y'all leaving me out the draft. We supposed to stick together, bro. And this is bullshit.
But no.
I don't like it.
Not for nothing. See, not for nothing.
Yeah.
It's topics. It's stuff like this that has given Chill Will his reputation through the Podbean community in a good way. Because he's always willing to say the difficult shit. And while we know you're right. The only reason why I couldn't talk NFL draft before I talked WNBA draft is because of the timeline. It was happening first.
No. That is bullshit, bro. Like, there's so much, like, come on, man. When you hear, do y'all ever do this when y'all hear somebody say something, and you're like, yeah, okay, and then you really, it hits you when somebody say it, like, hold on, that's not fucking true. Like, hold on, that's not true. That's not true.
Every time Talon talks.
Listen, like I can't help it that my words are wrapped in silky goodness. Like fuck that. Like okay, so it just I know what you're saying, Will. I agree with you. When it comes to the ranking of sports, right? The WNBA, when it comes to viewership and what they're able to produce merchandise wise, they're not really up there when it comes to a lot of other sports. It's part of the reason why their highest athlete only gets paid $221,000 in a year, where LeBron James makes that in a game. Right, so.
Oh yeah, isn't she like 17 seasons in too?
Well, I'm just talking about Skylar Diggins.
Oh my gosh, I would marry that woman.
We all would. Listen, I'll leave the broad up with right now for Skylar Diggins. I'm sorry, boo. It's the truth. Like.
Oh man.
Damn, that's recorded now. All
right, it is.
She's in the room. She is in the room.
You can't take Talon nowhere, even though he hasn't went anywhere.
Like I invited you here. What you mean?
Right, just call this big.
Whoa.
Just
I'm an active listener, okay, and I didn't get invited anywhere.
It's Skylar Diggins. It's a WNBA player. I fully understand the same thing if she would have said the same thing about LeBron James. Actually, no. I would take offense to LeBron James. Saying. It better be Camilla Anthony.
Yeah, I'm about to say. Somebody else.
Like, it can't be LeBron James.
So what you saying that LeBron is not as cute as Carmelo? That's what you're saying?
No, I didn't say that shit at all. Nope.
I feel like you said that.
I'm not judging.
I feel like that's what he just said.
Nope.
I don't know.
Nope. I'm basing this on reputation.
Cut the tape.
Oh, okay. Reputation, please, because I was trying to figure this out.
I was just eating a flat drumstick, and I just spit it out.
That had nothing to do with what we just said, and everything to do with it because it was
I was just making sure. I don't know, because I was kind of like, did he just try to, like, kind of, throw that passes, and I caught it. Like, you can't. I was gonna catch it, but I get you.
This is just because of my personal thoughts about the great LeBron James, your generous king.
I just felt some kind of way. I felt like you shouldn't be saying that. I don't want you to be saying that in front of people.
I'll fly my 747
pulling out the flag to play, Will.
Yeah, I didn't want him to feel that way. But,
listen, it was all based off of your generous king, LeBron James, The great LeBron James, your generous king.
He can't stand LeBron neither. So man, when he really doesn't like
Did you
somebody,
just say the great LeBron James? Did Talon just say the great LeBron
Facetiously.
James?
It was facetiously though. Like it wasn't like really.
Yeah, nah. What kind of
wasn't.
universe? Oh my God, Barry Allen.
See, this is how you know when somebody has listened to the podcast in a while.
This is a different timeline. This is.
Listen, when that COVID was already a flashpoint, you should have realized it was in a different timeline then.
This is Third Earth.
Listen, the great LeBron James.
What's next? Someone's gonna give up smoking?
What? Don't be absurd. Wait, is LeBron James not great? Wait, what am I missing here? What am I missing?
I thought you hate LeBron James.
I do, but he's still great.
You know what that sounded like? That sounded like a chick that was like, yeah, we had sex, but it wasn't good.
Well, I mean, like, he's great. Yeah, he's the great LeBron James, you know? He's the generous king. He's like Oprah with the ring. He stops nobody from getting that bling. Like,
Why
you get a ring.
Like
you get a ring. You get a ring. Everybody gets a ring on his watch.
This is true, though.
Right,
this is true.
All right.
Everybody eats, B.
Cleveland! This is for you!
Get out of here.
Like he is like I have gotten to the point where I have like he's great. Like you can't deny his greatness. Like I just didn't like how he went about his greatness.
Why do you have to pause?
But he has done so much now that it doesn't even matter how much I liked of how he started off his path to greatness. He solidified it. And that's all that really matters. Everybody can get a ring.
Wait,
Not everybody can be legendary.
Hold on. LeBron is only great because he signed a Powerade deal at 18, okay?
Okay. Like I don't even know what that has to do with the price of tea in China. like that's the take that you use when you talk about why players can't sign at 8, can't come straight out of high school anymore, and they're about to reopen that shit. Because that's the only reason why that happened. Because LeBron James out of high school had a $100,000 guaranteed, $100 million guaranteed contract from endorsements coming out of. I think it was just one endorsement, and it wasn't even fucking Powerade. I think it was like a sneaker deal, and he had more coming from Powerade. That's the reason why they stopped letting motherfuckers come out of high school, because they didn't like the fact that LeBron James came out and had basically $250 million in the bank, and he always played like it. I commend him. He's great. But he's also Oprah with the rings. He's the generous king. The great LeBron James. Everybody give it up for him.
Nah, he's the niggas in paid in full. Everybody eats, B.
And see, and and also let me also tell you this, right? Part of the reason why always upset me about what LeBron James did is because it was going to open the door to what we see now. And what we see now is pissing off a whole lot more people than what LeBron James did to go to Miami. Like I said, it's Greg Popovich being able to coach Tim Duncan on the team. It allows him to coach everybody. But if Tim Duncan was an asshole, it would make everybody be an asshole. LeBron James is the best player in the league. When he takes the easy route, it lets everybody. And granted, most B-rate players are gonna take the easy route anyway. But it made it really easy for also those A-rated players. Not the A+ rated players, but also a lot of those A-rated players to go ahead and take a lot of those easy routes too. Or to give up early. But also, I'm all for player empowerment too. Like, you know what I mean? So like that's the other side of it too. Like he started a wave of player empowerment where players no longer are going to be held hostage for by the franchise, because even though players had the option for free agency, they still acted as if the franchise was be all end all, and they were still giving and it was still relinquishing a lot of their power to that team just because of loyalty of being drafted, and that team a lot of times didn't always reciprocate equally. Fluff, you have something to say? That wasn't Fluff. Who was that? Was that you, KJ?
Wait, hold on. I have this to say. All right.
Oh, okay. I don't see you on anymore, but I see you.
Yo, LeBron James has made it a career.
Okay, you're coming to LeBron James has made a career.
What?
Okay, so it's not like he really has anything interesting to say, but we look actually have a little bit of technical difficulties with him. So as soon as he comes back with us, then he'll be able to tell us what LeBron James has benefited from. Me? I can hear you. Yes.
All right. So
you're kind of in the Matrix.
Can you hear me?
Try this. Let me try this for me. Come out. Reset your app. Come back in. Retake.
Hello?
Did you hear me? This is Podbean here. I don't know how familiar you are with the inner workings of Podbean. Come out. Reset your app. Come back in. Let's try to retake. Listen, Will knows we mastered Podbean during the pandemic.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so what about now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you. Yes, you coming in clear, loud and clear. Talk your talk, motherfucker. What the hell? Okay, try this again, like the 9th time. Log off. Get rid of your app. Or log out the app. Come back in and we'll retry this. You may be in the Matrix right now. You need to come out and come back in. Properly. Like you're stuck in a vortex. It's the megahertz. It's the megahertz we are, right? You have to realign your megahertz, your frequency. You gotta realign your frequency, B. I can't hear you, actually, KJ. I can't hear nobody. Jack can hear me. You know what? Let me do this.
Am I back?
Okay, wait. I can hear KJ. Alright. Okay. Oh, you did Verizon. Okay. Can you hear me now? Good. Oh, I'm tripping.
Wow.
I was like, yo, I know I can't hear you. I was about to reset this whole thing.
Listen. Alright, so you can hear me, right?
I can hear you now.
Alright, LeBron James has made it his career. Keep shitty teams and make them better.
What?
Which is the premise to Space Jam 2. And I'm out.
Shitty teams are making them better. Miami Heat wasn't a shitty team. They had just won a championship. He went back home to Cleveland, and they weren't supposed to be shitty.
That's what you call a pipe bomb.
They weren't supposed to be shitty. They had like number 1 picks and number 3 picks and like for 3 straight years, led by the great Kyrie Irving. You know what I mean? Best handles in the game, scoring machine, bonafide bucket getter. And then he took the LA Lakers. LA Lakers had won a championship not too long ago as well. I mean, not too long ago, but they're a storied franchise. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not buying that. I'm sorry. Like, you know what you get for that? I think everybody realizes what's coming. Yo, is somebody moving furniture? Who's over there doing Pilates? This is what you get with that.
Sorry, B.
I'm not buying that take, Fluff. I'm not buying it. Oh shit. Woo. So, since we're talking about LeBron James and great players, obviously. Let's go ahead and bring up another great player. Did you guys hear? And I know you guys probably have already heard, so I'm really just saying this for dramatic purposes. Did you guys hear who is going to induct Kobe into the Hall of Fame? Yes, folks, he is none other than Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Yes, himself, MJ Jordan, or MJ, for the people that aren't that close to him. So that's gonna be pretty cool. And obviously, there are tons of other individuals that are being inducted into the Hall of Fame within the next couple of years, or within this year, because this Hall of Fame they had to cover 2 years. So they're covering the class of 2020 along with the class of 2021. So we're gonna get Kobe. We're going to get, I forgot where I wrote this shit the fuck down at. This is what happens, right? I ain't gonna lie. Like I really had this ready for you guys like days ago, and we got sidetracked and sidebarred, and I completely forgot to bring it up. But it's even worse now is that I forgot where the fuck I wrote that shit the fuck down at. Because I had them all written down, or did I just have the Wrestling Hall of Famers written down? That could be something else different. That could be something real different. I may have just written down the Wrestling Hall of Fames and not the Basketball Hall of Fames. No. It's in episodes way past. So Jordan's gonna go ahead and put Kobe in, and I'm really gonna assume this is gonna be the third time that we're gonna see Jordan crying on camera, and get a third crying emoji from him. Like I wonder if there's a way that you can bet on that, right? The over under that Jordan is going to cry. Like, what are the odds? Cause I have a big feeling he's gonna cry. Now Jordan is also announcing one of the women college coaches as well. That's the reason why I wanted to have that information in front of me and written down, and I thought I did, because I wanted to make sure I was able to even talk about them, because he has one of the women coaches. He has one of the women coaches as well that he's going to be inducted in, and she was supposed to be inducted in 2020, and that's who he was initially supposed to put in. And now he gets to do 2 speeches, one for 2020, one for the one in 2021. So definitely big up to them, right? So listen. Big up. Now let me get into my next talk, right? Because my New York. Oh wait, you weren't ready for that? Yeah, I'm ready for the next talk. Go ahead and put that music up. Give me the flame of fame. There we go. All right. So we officially got that Knicks talk. You know we stay with that Knicks talk. The New York Knicks currently right now. Last time we spoke, they were taking on the New Orleans Pelicans. Zion Williamson and what is supposed to be the freakish nature that he is. And you know what? The New York Knicks are now with the win over the New Orleans Pelicans. Not only is this their 4th straight win, and this kind of happens every time the New York Knicks put together some kind of win streak. They shoot straight up the ladder, and they've gotten as high as where they are right now, which is 4th in the division. Sorry, I'm lying. They've gotten up to 4th in the conference before, right? With winning the share this, but the bad thing about the Knicks, like I said, they are the ultimate roller coaster right now. They are gonna be a 500 team, if not one game above 500, right? And the reason for that is because they are this team. They are the ups and downs. They win 2, they lose 2. They win 3, they lose 3. Now they, for the first time for the whole entire year, the New York Knicks have put together 4 straight victories. Latest victim, the New Orleans Pelicans. They will come away with a victory 116-106. That'll put them at 4th in the division, 6th in the conference, and 13th in the league. Julius Randle will lead all scorers in the court with 32 points, but Julius Randle will also go off. Go off for his 32 points. He was 11 for 26, but not even so much the 11 for 26 the limit for 26 wasn't even the biggest factor of the game. It was the fact that out of those 11 shots, 5 of those were 3-pointers, as he shot 5 for 8 from the 3-point range. He had 8 rebounds, 5 assists, but also as he giveth, he also taketh away just a little bit. Julius Randle came away with that game with also 4 turnovers. Now we got some sharpshooting that was also added into this game, and that was given to us by Bullock and Burke. Both of those guys shot 4 for 7 from the 3-point range. Bullock would add into let's see here. Did I put that down? I did, but it was reset. So Bullock would have 16 points. Burke would have 21 points off the bench. Derrick Rose would also have 11 points off the bench as he would have. Now, their 3-point shooter, we're talking about Julius Randle's 5 for 8. Alex Burke's 4 for 7. Reggie Bullock's 4 for 7. Even RJ Barrett's 1 for 3, right? All of that great 3-point shooting was even Emmanuel Quickly. Let's not forget him. His perfect shooting from 3-point range, 2 for 2. All of that is due to the fact that the New Orleans Pelicans, not for nothing, are the worst 3-point defending team in the league. So, I guess it comes to these one of those times I call this is a double-edged sword, right? Where if you're a team that's on the rise, or you're a good team, right? If you're a good team or a team that's on the rise, you want to take advantage of teams' weaknesses. And the New York Knicks took advantage of this team's weakness to be able to come away with a victory. And that is something to commend. This is not something that you could always guarantee, that you would be able to guarantee. Actually, I'm not going to lie to you. If they would have played this Pelicans team last year, I think the New York Knicks would have lost this game, regardless of what they were good or bad at. But with this team, the New York Knicks are always prepared for every single game. And you no longer look at games and be like, yo, they didn't try. It's usually just, hey, that other team was just better than them, or the shots just weren't falling. And in this game, the shots were falling, and at least the shots that mattered, and that was the 3-point shots. As the New York Knicks managed to go, where's those numbers? 17 for 33 from 3-point range, shooting 51.5% against the worst 3-point shooting team. And you know what the New York Knicks are? The New York Knicks are one of the best defending teams on the 3-point line. And they showed that as well, as they forced the New Orleans Pelicans to 21% shooting from 3-point range, as they only shot 6 for 28. So the New York Knicks did what they were supposed to do, as people consistently say. What's going on, Ryan? Welcome back to the podcast. I see you. As you constantly would hear from a lot of New York Knicks players, that Tom Thibodeau, Coach Tibbs, he has them prepared all the time, and he makes sure that they know team strengths and they know team's weaknesses. And if you're a good team, you're supposed to take advantage of team's weaknesses, and that is what this Knicks team did to come away with this victory. Now, it wasn't without Zion Williamson obviously getting his points. The Zion Williamson is a little freak of nature in his own right, this little bulldozer of a man, right? He would have 25 points on 10 for 19 shooting, right? 0 for 2 from 3-point range, but 5 for 8 from the line, right? He would get 8 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal, and 2 blocks. RJ Barrett had a struggling game again. This would be his second game back-to-back. He would struggle after coming off of probably like 4, 5, 6 straight games of good play. He struggled these last 2 games. Another game he had on like 7 points, 2 for 10 shooting, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals. The New York Knicks are still gonna have to do something to address their center scenario, right? As we talked, and we've been talking about this ever since Mitchell Robinson has gone down. They have been highly reliable on Nelson Noel and Taj Gibson. while I feel that has never been a solution in any way, shape, or form, because Nerlens Noel is always injured and Taj Gibson is too small and he's old as fuck, right? Never really thought this was a good combination, and we kind of see it playing out right now. In this game, even though they came out with the victory, there was no Nerlens Noel in this game. Taj Gibson had to get a start, and the guy that they picked up, the guy that they picked up to give those minutes to as a center, he's not really looking that impressive. He doesn't have that same energy level yet. That is, right, and that's really all that's missing. I don't see that same energy level from him that is portrayed from Mitchell Robinson, Nerlens Noel, Taj Gibson. He doesn't have that yet, but he played 13 minutes, 2 for 3. Had some decent shots, grabbed 3 rebounds, had a steal, had a block, plus 19. Actually, one of the highest plus minuses of the team for the team, because it had a bigger plus minus than all the starters. But I'm still not quite sure about his energy level. And you know what? This plus minus of this stat line makes me want to go back out and look at it, because when Nerlens Noel, Mitchell Robinson, even Taj Gibson, right, at times, when they play at that center position, there's times where they have flashes on the screen to me, like they flash out to you, like they jump out to you, and you notice them. I don't really never notice Pele. But like I said, I may have to go back and rewatch that last tape and see if maybe I just overlooked him. Because he looked like, for the time that he was on the floor, he was active and he was productive. And that's all the two things you need to ask for. And if you can shoot 2 for 3 and be active and productive in 13 minutes. Was it 13 minutes? Yeah, I think it was 13 minutes. Let's see, what happens if he gets 20 minutes? 25 minutes? Or maybe he's just not a flashy guy that jumps out on the page to you. I'm gonna rewatch him, because he's gonna get an opportunity. Now, don't know if he'll get that opportunity tonight.
Go New York, go.
Thank you. I don't know if he's gonna get that opportunity.
Go New York, go. My bad, I'm in public. Can I get out of here? I'll start talking. I'm on my lunch break.
I don't know if he's going to. I don't know if he's gonna get additional playing minutes soon, because Nerlens Noel has been out. I think he was just out with a sore calf. So he'll probably gonna be back for this Dallas game tonight. In a Dallas game where, oh my God, can I tell you guys, I really hope that, I think we was on the air live Wednesday when we saw that shot. I hope you guys got a chance to watch that game, or at least watch that shot that Luka made from the 3-point line to win that motherfucking game the other night. HolyShift.com. Go there to get your reading done by Poe. That is Holy Shift. That's WHOLEE shift.com. But HolyShift.com. That shot, I don't think Poe could have seen coming. Now, just to let you guys know, the Podbean feed is about to end in just about 2 minutes. But it sounds like that we still have people waiting. And I sound like KJ is going to come back and he's going to join the podcast in just a few minutes. So what I'm going to do, when this ends on Podbean, we're coming right back. Right back into the Podbean community, so that you guys can continue to join the podcast live. Hey, it is fitting at the 300th episode. Might as well be a 3-hour episode. I don't write the script. I just follow the rules as they're given to me. So look, what we're probably gonna do, we're gonna play a quick commercial for the United States Army. You know how I like to make sure I give my love to the United States Army real quick, and then we're gonna come right back. Actually, you know what? I've prepped you guys to it. Let me go ahead and give it. Just go ahead and give it to you guys now.
They didn't join this team to win championships or become famous. They joined because there is important work to be done, and only some able to do it. They are brighter, better educated, led, and equipped than any team in history. They are doctors, lawyers, engineers, technologists, and combat troops, all prepared for whatever comes their way. You'll find them where the lights don't flash and the only contract they sign is with themselves and their country. One day, they may be asked what they did to make a difference in this world. And they can respond, I became a soldier.
And we are back to the MyT Sports Podcast. I am still your host, the one and only Donald Omar Taylor. If you are still listening, that means you are listening to the many platforms that we have provided to you for your listening pleasures, need, and desires. One of the easiest ways to get the podcast, as always, just tell your smart speaker to play the latest episode of the M as in Mike, Y as in Yankee, T as in Tango, Sports Podcast. Well, you have to say MyT Sports Podcast. Just tell it to play the latest episode of the MyT Sports Podcast, or tell it that you like to watch the latest episode of the MyT Sports Podcast, and it will pop it up on YouTube for you. All right. Also, another way.
The co-host is here. That's what.
There we go.
Let me tell you something, all right? I heard what you were saying at the very, very end. You heard in terms of, I don't make the rules as far. No, what it is, it's the 300 motherfucking goddamn episode. You know what it is? On Freaky Friday, too. 300 episode on Friday. And we give the people what they want on the MyT Sports Podcast. So if the people want another motherfucking hour for the 300 episode, then goddamn it, you get another motherfucking hour.
Word.
That's how we rolling. Big stepping. Big dick energy right there. Talk to me nice. Women.
Dig up. Listen, it's how you stop the yard when you got the BDE.
Factory. Where my Tim's at?
Oh, shit. So, as I was saying, that the New York Knicks are going to have the Dallas Mavericks next. And that shot by Luka was something to behold. Right? That was a shot.
Luka magic.
Luka. Man, I'm swear to God, like, you don't know what hand it is. You just know that he's escaping and that bucket is going in, man. Talking about a regular Houdini. Fuck.
It's just what he does, man. It's just what he does.
It really is. It really is what he does. And
him and Dame, I swear.
Yeah. They make last minute shots look easy. And routine.
They make it look effortless, like Steph makes it look effortless.
Yeah. Like they make that shit look routine, like than a motherfucker. And it's no joke. But with the Knicks coming up with their victory, right, and they moved into that 6th spot, I told you, like, it really has me watching all of the other teams around the league. And I shouldn't say all of the teams around the league. There's about 5 teams now that I'm watching closely almost every single game. That's Atlanta, Boston, Miami, Charlotte, and Indy. Atlanta took a loss, right? So they're back at 30-26. So the New York Knicks are just about 1 game behind them. We got the Boston Celtics also ahead of the New York Knicks with a record of 29-26. They're half a game ahead of the Knicks. The Atlanta Falcons or Atlanta Hawks are 1 full game ahead of the Knicks. Now the Boston Celtics have been on a little streak lately. They've won 4 straight games, B. I don't know if you realize this about them. Miami Heat, they're still tipsy. They're still a little up and down. They got a record of 20-27, and I have to assume that a lot of Heat fans kind of feel the same way that Knicks fans feel. Like, you know what, my team is just kind of a roller coaster right now. But I don't think Knicks fans ever thought that they were going to be ahead of the Miami Heat this far into the season, leading into the playoffs. I don't think this was. I don't even think most Knicks fans imagined it. Like I honestly, even when I thought the Knicks would make the playoff or playing games, I didn't think the Miami Heat would be one of the teams that they were ahead of. Now I did believe that the Miami Heat would fall because they would have the distractions of LaPlayas and Putas again. You know what I mean?
Listen, if somebody would have told me at the beginning of the year that the Knicks would have had a slightly better record than Miami, I'd have been like, damn, Miami must have really stunk. must
That
really
part.
be in the lottery pick. And I'm like, ooh, Heat fans would have been pissed.
Not even
that
so
team
much
is too
because
good
I was
to be
a little bit
in
optimistic. I think most people would have thought the same way. Like if you would have told them that at this far into the season, right? Even halfway to the season, but this far into the season, that the Miami Heat would have a worse record than the Knicks, they would have thought like, holy shit, Jimmy Butler got injured. Like Tyler Hero got injured.
Bam got injured.
Like, you know what I mean? Like the only person trying to carry the team is Duncan and Bam is on his 15th technical. Like, well, Bam is injured and Jimmy Butler's on his 15th technical. You know what I mean? Like he's interchangeable.
Bam starts acting like Draymond.
For real. So like, yeah, I think that's what most people like. It would have had to been some kind of like catastrophic implosion of the Miami Heat franchise for them to be worse than the Knicks at this point in this point of the season. But there's not a catastrophic implosion of their franchise. The Knicks are just playing good, hard ball. And when we get the ball boy next year and another free agent, because maybe we possibly traded away some of these guys and maybe a pick. See, that's what's gonna be interesting. I'm telling you, that's what's really gonna be interesting is that let's see what happens this draft and this offseason. This is the interesting one. This is the one that's going to this past draft was instrumental to show the fact that the Knicks were a functioning franchise, right? And that you can do things right. And before anybody saw Obi Toppin's play, you thought Obi Toppin was a good pick. Emmanuel Quickly, before you thought he played, you looked at his credentials, you're like, oh, ACC Player of the Year. The other guy that they picked up, you looked at his credentials, like, oh, okay. SEC Player of the Year. You know what I mean? You look at the other guy that they drafted, you're like, oh, Big Ten Player of the Year. You know? So on paper, those guys looked respectable. That the New York Knicks weren't fucking things up. Now we all know they should have got
Obi
Tyler
Toppin
Halliburton.
has become the other guy.
Oh no! Listen, we should have got
Obi Toppin has become the other guy.
Yes,
Damn.
that sucks too. But he was,
When you don't produce, it is what it is.
But it's hard though because he's a fan favorite, and I think the fans still like him. But when you have
because he's from Brooklyn, that's all it is.
Yeah, but also when you have the MVP Julius Randle playing, like what are you supposed to do? Like they thought Julius Randle was gonna play like last year's Julius Randle, so they could have an opportunity to bench him or trade him, so they could give Obi that time and minute. Julius Randle is. I'm sorry.
Julius Randle's an all-star.
Let me say it right now. Julius Randle is the MVP of the league, B. Like, we're going to have this talk for real. We're going to have that this talk when we turn into the 3DU. Right? We're going to have to make sure the guns are loaded, too. Right? but, yo, like...
You said what just now? I thought I had something in my ear. I thought you said something crazy.
Julius Randle is the MVP to me. Most valuable player to his team. His team that sits currently right now 6th in the conference. That has gotten up as far as 4th in the conference. Vegas had us winning less than 22 games.
Luckily, you don't have a vote in the MVP count.
Yo, no, okay. I'm going to tell you this, though. Julius Randle better get one vote. If he's not...
Listen, let me bring you down right now because you're going to be very upset when those MVP votes come back and he doesn't have one. I love Julius. Julius has had a great year. He's
MVP caliber year. And is that the definition? Most valuable player to his... Come on now, look what the Knicks are doing. Who thought this? This is on his back.
You know why you're doing this? You're doing this because Julius hasn't missed games, and all the other real MVP candidates have. That's it. Because you knew I was gonna come for you too. I would have loved to hear you say James Harden is MVP when I was still telling you that Joel Embiid is MVP. You shitted on it because he was missing games. I've actually been waiting to get at you about this.
Because now I can't put James Harden in MVP talk anymore, or Joel Embiid. It's Julius Randle and like the Joker. We're gonna have to talk about this MVP. Because also, not for nothing, like I know, and okay,
Lillard,
so Damian Lillard, yes, he's in there too. I wrote him down as well. I'll have to
Donovan Mitchell.
I'll have to go back and look and see who I had written down for possible MVP candidates, because I had it written down again for you guys. I thought it was gonna be I thought it was gonna be something we was gonna be able to talk about one of these Wednesdays that just passed. But we did not. Actually, here it goes right here. So, I have Julius Randle. I have the dude out of Utah. Well, somebody in Utah. Right? Chris Paul. Like, Chris Paul isn't being talked about enough.
The dude out of Utah?
A dude out of Utah. A dude out of Utah.
You said the dude out of Utah.
I misspoke. It's supposed to be a dude out of Utah.
A dude out of Utah. Who else other than Mitchell? Who? You see, you're not gonna do this to me on my Friday. You're not gonna get me riled up while I'm at work. All right? That's what you will not do. You will not do that. We will not disrespect the Utah Jazz on the MyT Sports Podcast. When you are the number one seed and Donovan Mitchell.
Exactly. I didn't know if it was Donovan Mitchell or if I want to give it to Rudy Gobert.
Rudy Gobert for what?
MVP. See, that's how I was at. So I was like,
let me put you back on mute so I can eat my food. You.
But also that's what I wrote down. So I have Julius Randle, I have Chris Paul, and I have Utah. Right, as and this was for the last podcast what I had ready. As far as MVPs. Now, I would like to hear what you guys think who your MVP candidates are, but I want to wait till you and Marco both here. As far as my coach of the year, same thing. Phoenix coach, Charlotte's coach, New York Knicks coach, Philly's coach, and Utah's coach. Like, those are my coaches of the year. So it's just right that the MVP, I feel like, should also come from those teams if they've been playing all season. Hence, Phoenix, New York, and Utah. And then there's also, and I can't leave out Dame Lillard, but I thought Dame Lillard missed some time this year. That could have been last year. Did Dame Lillard miss time this year? I know you're eating, KJ. Come on, stop it. Did Damian Lillard miss time this year? Because that's gonna matter to me. But he may be my fourth person. You know what? Because I'm gonna do a poll. We're gonna get the people in this as well too. We're gonna have this poll run until Wednesday around like 5 o'clock ish, right? So that'll be Friday, today, Saturday. So let's see, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So that's gonna be full 5 days. He did it. Okay, so Damian Lillard, definitely. For what he's doing with his team. And I'm sorry, when I said the Joker, I was confusing Utah and Denver again. But the Joker's kind of in there, right? I feel like the Joker's kind of in there. Yeah, what's that?
Kinda in there. The Joker's kinda in there. Especially if the Joker can keep doing what he's doing, putting the numbers that he puts up.
Yeah, without
Denver
any,
keeps
without
winning
Jamal
after
Murray?
Jamal Murray.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So what do you think about my coaches of the year? Phoenix, Charlotte, Knicks, Philly, Utah.
Listen, Thibodeau better be top 3. I know that.
See, again, so go back to my same philosophy. At this
Now with
point,
the MVP, you're bugging on that.
No,
Coach of the year?
Well, okay,
Definitely Thibodeau
so
in there.
because you know how
My Coach of the Year, personally, I would give that either to Phoenix or Utah. One of those two.
So
or Doc Rivers.
So we kind of know both how most voters go. Where if players miss time, they kind of eliminate themselves from the running, right? So when it comes to, that's why I said when it comes to MVP at this point, I expect him to get at least one vote. I don't care if it's a first round vote, second round vote. I expect Julius Randle to get a vote. Same thing for Tom Thibodeau. I expect him to at least get a vote. He better. I'm putting it. I truly don't expect these guys to win. Like, to me, they're winners. Like, to me, they're the coach of the year. To me, what's going on? To me, Tom Thibodeau is the coach of the year. To me, Julius Randle is the most valuable player of the year. Right? Now, do I expect them to win? No. What I do expect at this point for them to get a vote, because they're deserving of it. Nobody saw this. We know how good Vegas is on predicting shit. Nobody saw this. They're already 6 games above what Vegas thought they were gonna be, or 5.5 games. We're still about 15 games left, and we know they're gonna stay. And based off what we know about these Knicks, we expect them to stay around 500, which means that they're probably gonna win another 7 to 8 games. If they win another 7 to 8 games, I mean they're gonna be at like 35 games. That's 13 whole games of what Vegas thought they were going to be by. And you know how all those talking heads are. None of them have any balls for real. All of them focus around that Vegas shit, and they kind of called the Knicks around there. There was only one place and one place alone where we said the Knicks were going to be for real. And I was here on the MyT Sports Podcast. We did the numbers. We crunched them several times like a fucking Rubik's Cube stuck on white or orange. So, I feel that if they pull out what they're pulling out now, if they continue on this path, they deserve a lot more respect than not even one vote to be a candidate. If Julius Randle could be an all-star, he can get one MVP vote at this current stage based off of everybody else who hasn't been able to last the rigors of a whole entire season. Which is still a way of how we consider, how we still like to judge our greats. How durable were you? Best ability, availability. I'm done with my soliloquy on availability. KJ, that's your cue.
That all sounded very, very petty. That sounded so petty. Just come out and say Brooklyn Nets, Los Angeles Lakers, Los Angeles Clippers, all you motherfuckers Embiid, all you motherfuckers Giannis missing games, thinking you're gonna come in here and get MVP? No, fuck all of you.
Yeah,
just go ahead and say that.
For real,
Just go ahead and say that.
It is fuck all of them though. They don't deserve MVP. They don't deserve that shit. Brooklyn just set down their whole team. Yeah, like Milwaukee did the same shit too. Like LA's been the fucking Clippers have been load management since Viagra was invented. LeBron James ain't stay healthy all season. Anthony Davis, who was carrying him, didn't either. Both of them are sore. What am I supposed to do? Kevin Durant ain't here. I just wish you came out and still said James Harden for MVP. I was gonna attack you I can't give it to James Harden. He's not there. Bobcat. I was willing to give James. I was gonna come for you like the Bobcat came after that lady this morning that the dude had to take his bro. I heard about that. I heard about that. So let me. Oh damn, Will isn't here. Damn, I wish Will was here now. I wish Will was here for this question. Fuck. Because I do have a question about that, based off of that incident. And that is, would you rather fight a horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses.
I'm gonna just get my gun and shoot the big duck.
I said fight. We said fight.
Why the fuck would I want to fight a duck or a bunch of horses? Fuck that. Where's my gun?
Wait.
A couple of shots and I'll have to deal with that.
It's a horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses.
A horse-sized duck. I'll take because that's one thing. I have to shoot one thing. Just what? Pow, pow, pow.
No, we can't. There's no shooting here. It's fighting. It's a fight.
Duck for everybody. Duck for everybody. Try it up. Let's make sure we clean it first.
You just trying to shoot the fights up.
Facts. It's Freaky Friday.
Double entendre. Double entendre. Yo. So the Brooklyn Nets, right? They've improved themselves to 37-18. Now they pissed off the whole entire sports world the other day when they decided to sit down all of their starters except for Kyrie Irving. Now
that was whack. That was whack right there.
Now while everybody sat down, this was still a close game in a weird way. It was close enough that at the end of the game they forced the starters to have to come back in the game for Philly, and it was still end up losing that game 123-17. But they forced the bench players, right, or the backups, whatever you want to call them, for the Brooklyn Nets. Like, they started coming through. Kyrie Irving still did his thing. Came with 37 points, 13 for 22 shooting, 1 for 3 from the 3-point line, 10 for 10 from the line, 9 assists in the game. They had Kevin Durant out with a hammy. Blake Griffin was out with a left knee, and LaMarcus Aldridge was out with a non-COVID related incident, which would basically round out the whole entire starting lineup outside of Kyrie Irving. But then we would end up finding out it was a lot more to it for at least one of them. And that one person was LaMarcus Aldridge. We ended up finding out that we saw LaMarcus Aldridge ball out this year. You know what I mean? Give somebody a 20.5 burger, you know what I mean, from the post. But LaMarcus Aldridge is being ailed by something that has been bothering him for some time now. Right? And this is an irregular heartbeat. And I remember this being talked about LaMarcus Aldridge some years ago, but it's one of those weird things. Like, it's like how I always talk about Russell Westbrook, right? Where when we talk about Russell Westbrook, his knee injury is the last thing that we even think about. When it comes to Derrick Rose, his knee injury is the first thing we think about. LaMarcus Aldridge had an irregular heartbeat that we all knew about some time ago in San Antonio, but it was the last thing that we thought about it. Exactly, we all forgot about this.
I forgot about it. He's had that since when he first came into the league.
Yeah. I forgot about even since Portland. I'm not tripping. Not even since like San Antonio, but since Portland, he's had it. So it's been something that's been kept out of under wraps for a really long time. You don't even think about it. It's been an afterthought. And then recently he was playing and he could feel his heartbeat get a little irregular, and he was like, you know what? This is different than anything else I've ever had to deal with, play through, or overcome. And I think this may just be the perfect time for me to go ahead and step back. And he was trying to get that ring. Like, he came to Brooklyn to get a ring. And he was like, you guys understand? He could have sat out injured all year with the Brooklyn Nets, right? And got in a ring without playing. But instead he's like, yeah, well, we just found out I'm going to have to release and we're going to have to retire. I'm done. That's it. Finished. Kaput.
And that's big. Big up to him, because he could have easily said, fuck it. Let me ride the bench as just injured reserve.
Yeah, or give me 5 minutes a game, maybe. You know what I mean? Like, or even full injured, because he's not even gonna try to. He's not even gonna try to practice. Like, for him, it's just.
Yeah. It's over, ladies and gentlemen.
That's big. He really could have found a way to really still finesse to stay on the team, and most likely jeopardize his health in the process if he really wanted to.
No, I'm not gonna lie.
Things like this happen, and then you remember at the end of the day, as much as sometimes we criticize players and how much how to validate yourself, you got to have the ring and whatnot. At the end of the day, you just have to remember that this is just a game that we've all been playing since we was 4 or 5 years old in the park, wherever you grew up, whether it be in the beaches in California or anywhere in Florida, or all the numerous spots up in New York that we go to and whatnot to play hoops. It's just some people just happen to put in a whole hell of a lot more work and had a whole bunch more opportunities to further extend to the point where they're making millions of dollars doing this shit. At the end of the day, it's just a game. We still got life after. We still got our families we have to take care of. We still got our own mental health, physical health that we have to take care of. Post retirement, shit like that. There's bigger things in life than sports, and that was a perfect example of it yesterday.
Hey, keep going for like about 90 more seconds.
What?
Listen.
What? You ain't warned me, man.
I know. I tried to. Man. Okay, so, alrighty. So the Brooklyn Nets, right? So that was definitely heartbreaking that we had to hear about that with LaMarcus Aldridge, and we do realize that it is just a game sometimes. Like, even though sports is the place that we say like, hey, it's the one place if you had to be fully emotional at and take out all of your bullshit, this is the one place that you can do it and just release it because it is just a game. But hey, these are still real people with real lives, and he's like, I gotta step away. What I would really like to see, to be honest with you, I would like to see the Brooklyn Nets, if they win a championship, still give him a ring. I would like to see it. As long as he qualified, I would like to see him still give him a ring. Now, next up on the docket is going to be the...
one thing I didn't get to talk with you about?
What's that? I'm listening.
The bullshit that happened over the weekend with the shootings and the cop.
Oh.
And then they got the other cop that messed with the military. I'm pretty sure Monday when you said you don't want to miss that show,
yeah,
I just never caught the notification. I'm pretty sure that's what you went off about. But
I did. Yeah, but I think by the time you came in, I already had talked about it. Yeah, because that's when we talked. That's what Uncle Bob had.
Because I didn't know.
Yeah,
I didn't know. I didn't know you were on and whatnot. Trust me, I was ready. I was looking for when you were gonna start or whatnot.
Like, you know what? Like, so, like, that was energy released as well too. But I'll let you go into it. One of the things that just irked me so much, right? Like, and not even so much. I'm not even gonna talk about the dude in Virginia yet, about the military guy in Virginia. Was that?
Because that's a whole nother level.
Yeah, it's like, you know what was so blatant to me was that. Let me sit back down. Was that, let's say this. If you're on bad terms with somebody that you care about, parent, significant other, or whoever, let's say you were a child, right? And you were on thin ice in class, and your teacher goes, or whoever goes, like, yo, this is your last chance. Like, after this, like, I swear to God, after this I'm leaving, or after this you go to the principal's office, after this you're done, after this you're gonna get locked up. You tend to be on your best behavior after that, right? At least the people that cared, right? Let's take it back to school. For the children that the teacher had to be like, hey, this is the last time, la 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 la. If anything happened again, then I'm sending to the principal. For the people that cared, they were on their best behavior. Whether it was for that day, for another week, for another month, until that teacher calmed the fuck down, they were on their best behavior. The kids that did it were usually the kids that failed and constantly got left back. They got sent to the principal's office. They don't care about shit, la 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 la. That's kind of how I felt about this. I was like, how do you not read the room? Right now, you have a trial going on for a cop just shooting a civilian. City. And you go out and you can't control. City. The floor is yours now. Go ahead.
That's what blew me the most. I'm like, the trial is going on. in your backyard. In your backyard, you got a trial going on because another knee in law enforcement in your city had his knee on another man's neck, killed him. And we trying to get him in bars for life. And you shot a man because he had something that almost everybody has in their car, which is those little air freshener trees hanging from the gas station. And even if that was the reason you stopped him, once you realized that was the issue, what more did you have to question him for? After that, I think the word was he had an outstanding warrant or some shit like that. But either way, and then the part that really blew me the most is when she shot him. The reason she shot him, she thought it was a taser. I'm like, whoa, son, like, hold on. And then I found out she's been on the force for 26 years. 26 years. You don't know the difference. 26 years on the force. You don't know the difference between a gun and a taser?
I'm going to tell you this. You know what's so funny?
Motherfucker, I'm 26 years old. And I know the difference between a gun and a taser.
Because a taser feels like a Nerf gun. And a gun feels like a gun.
One is a gun be a gun. And the other thing too, and I know this from obviously from our cops, a gun is on one side of your hip, the taser is on the other side. So you know what you're grabbing, bro. Like, who are you trying to fool? If you've been on the force for 26 years and you don't know what the fuck the difference is between a gun and a taser, what the fuck are you still doing on the force?
Fact.
What are you doing on the force? Why are you here? And on top of that, oh, these cops, they got lives too. You know, they fear for their lives too. No one told your motherfucking scary ass to be a cop.
For real.
No one told your scary ass to be a cop. Dead ass. Like, I'm sick of this shit.
And then again, you notice a pattern here?
Like,
everybody.
How stupid do they think we are, honestly?
Oh.
How stupid do they think we are as a public to really go out in public and your explanation is, I didn't know the difference between a gun and my taser. I thought it was my taser that I pulled out. And on top of that, when you pull both of them out, they got a safety lock that you got to fucking remove on both of them before you fucking use it.
And they don't come off safety the same either. They don't fit.
Exactly. And the way you hold a gun is different from the way you hold a taser, my nigga.
And you know what also gets me every time is that every time this happens,
the weight of it is way different.
That person always has tons of incidences on their past. You start looking into this, and this is a pattern. Once again, the police force is the only place that you could be a fuck up and keep your job. And I find this weird that it's the only place you could be a fuck up where human lives are on stake, because you can't be this kind of fuck up in the military. You can't be where you need to be this kind of fuck up where human lives are on stake and you keep your job.
B, you have people who are criminals who are cops. You have people who have priors on their record who are police officers. How the fuck does that work?
I want to be a cop so bad now.
How the fuck is that? How do you go to jail for a robbery and then all of a sudden you're a fucking cop?
Is it too late for me to be a cop? I want to be a cop.
It's never too late, apparently. They taking anybody up.
I want to be a cop now. I want to go join the force.
Bro, honestly, this...
you know what? I don't think they'll let me join the force.
It always used to be fuck the police, just because of the stigma and just how that.
No, it's fuck the police.
Whatnot.
And I hate to say it because I got police members in my family.
No, what I'm saying is it's deeper than that now. It's beyond that. It's at the point I can't even look at that job with any type of respect. And I have people who are law enforcement, and I told them to their face, like, I'm sorry, I know this is your profession, but I can't respect it. And I've told it to their face, and I've gotten into some serious fights and arguments over that shit. Like, I'm sorry, like I've lost friendships over that, because I've told people, like, listen, the times that we got going on, you have to respect my decision. I do not respect any cop right now. I do not.
And listen,
I have zero respect. I'm spent. I'm I'm spent. Like, how much more times we got white people who go out there and do these type of crimes, and they go commit mass murder in a fucking church, shoot up 9-10 people in that motherfucker, and on the way to being brought in, they stop at fucking Burger King to give him food because he's hungry.
They're escorted, protected,
basically. But we got fucking air fresheners, routine traffic stop, getting gunned down
in front of their wife and kids to traumatize them for the rest of their lives.
I'm trying to make a transaction at the fucking bank, and all of a sudden I got a knee on my goddamn neck for the last 8 minutes of my life. But yeah, these white people out here shooting people up, walking in riots with fucking 2 ARs, walking right past law enforcement, shooting shit up, and not being touched. Hey, this shit here, son. And that's one issue. The other one was just as egregious to me. Was just as, only for the simple fact is, dude, that's somebody who's serving the country. And it would have been one thing had he said he was in the military but he was in street clothes, like retired. Dude, he's literally in uniform. He's literally in uniform, and you do that. And then I see the perfect meme that summed it all up with the Kaepernick taking the knee, and people said, y'all said this was disrespecting our troops.
So what is this?
Then what is this? Then what do you call this? Because if that's not disrespecting our troops,
and I'll tell you,
in terms of what the fuck is.
There's a reason. There's a big reason why that cop got fired, and his judgment is being done a whole lot faster. That is because I guarantee you the military's it's because the military's involved. As soon as because I guarantee you, as soon as that happened, that commander, if his commander personally did not call that police precinct, he called his commander, who called his commander, who called the commander of the MPs, or called the base commander, and they called that police station, and they want to know what the fuck happened and why the fuck their soldier is coming back with fucking being thing after they was driving home with no other thing. I guarantee you there was not a pleasant conversation that happened to that police force that is manned by 6 individuals that go unchecked regularly. So I guarantee you there was a phone call that came down, and I guarantee you the moment they were like, absolutely. Oh no, this is unacceptable. The next time you hear a call from us, it's going to be the Joint Advocate General. And that's why that shit got pushed. That's the reason why that motherfucker is fired 4 months later. But I'm glad at least swift action was taken. At least there. I'm glad action.
As it should. But the thing that sucks is, so it takes law enforcement doing fucked up shit to our troops for some real action to be taking place.
But you still see there's no big outrage though. It happened to the troops, but it's still not enough outrage.
Exactly. Like this is the country that you go out and fight for. This is the country that you sacrifice your life for. This is what you do, and you come and you. It's not even like he was off the.
But you know what though?
Still in uniform.
Hold on a second. Let me back up. I want to back up a little bit. Let me just back up just a little bit. There's no uproar because all of the people that were using the troops, right, as an excuse on why they felt that whatever was being disrespected by the flag, whatever, they can't use that excuse anymore when it actually now happens to the troops. So they're quiet now because it happened to the troop. See, they used to be able. Nobody. Think about it. All those motherfuckers. Think about it. Go look at them. Go research their page. Go look at it. All those motherfuckers that was using the troops as an excuse, those motherfuckers are quiet now. It's like, oh, Oh, every time the argument came about social injustice, they always took it back to kneeling on the troops, or they used some sideways fucking excuse that didn't matter. But they always came back to find a way to try to lump fucking. Oh, you're not gonna disrespect our troops and our police officers and first responders. Whoa! Nobody ever said the troops or first responders. They said those crooked cops. But you see, those same people, you notice how they not talk about the troops anymore. They can't even defend the troops right now.
They can't.
They won't even. Look at them. They're not even defending the troops right now. They're quiet.
That one clip right there. The police department, the force, just lost all support from all troops. All military troops. All of them. Off that.
And I'm gonna tell you what's even worse.
It was already shaky before that. It was already shaky before that.
No, because
solidified it.
I'm gonna tell you this for a fact. I know there's a bunch of former troops that sided with the police force. Still, I know that for a fact because, once again, they're still a little shaky in their beliefs. Those motherfuckers are quiet too because you've lost them too. But see, motherfuckers can't say shit now because it happened to a troop, to somebody in the military of color in uniform.
And that wasn't like no regular troop. That wasn't just regular. That was somebody in high command too.
Oh no, he's an officer. Like he's a low-ranking officer, but he's an officer, and that's also where they fucked up at too, because he's an officer. He's a commissioned officer of the United States Army. And that's who they did that to.
Wow.
Somebody that went to school for 4 to 6 years first to get an education, has an associate's to a bachelor's degree, if not a master's degree already. You understand? And he's serving your country, and that's who you did that to.
Wow.
Somebody that can articulate and represents this culture on its highest. Not just military. Wow. This culture is supposed to be society, America at its highest. An American with a degree that serves his military. And that's who you did it to. Because you hated the color of his skin. Puerco sucio.
Disgusting.
And I'm the same way too. I got fam that's cops. Listen, we don't get along right now. I got a couple people that they have cops as family members, fathers and shit like that. They really don't like me when I talk like this, but they also understand. Listen, they understand they can't stop what's happening right now. I do get this, right? I do get this small part, and I'm not giving a lot of weight, but I do get it. There's a factor here that I get it. You guys are scared of trained killers with guns that you know if they commit murder that they will get away with it. That's the reason why you're scared to turn them in. It still doesn't make you a coward. It doesn't mean that you're still not a coward. You're still a fucking coward and you're just as crooked as him because you're not willing to take the risk for those consequences. Because it's not going to happen. But you're scared. So it makes you a coward. So you're just as bad. So you don't want to turn them in because of rhetoric and all this other bullshit. You're just as bad. So guess what happens now? All good cops are crooked cops until they're willing to turn in all crooked cops. And you know what's happening and you're not doing anything. You're just as crooked as the person that you can't stand. You're being a hypocrite.
On the streets, we don't respect snitching. But the only time we condone it are situations like this when it comes to the police and these crooked cops, because we got to get them out of here. People's lives are being lost.
No, I'm gonna tell you this.
We still have. I'm gonna tell you this. We still have lynching.
If that person,
lynching is still technically not like against the law. Being lynched. Come on, man.
Like you do realize that even in some neighborhoods, if that person in the neighborhood is bringing more harm than good to the neighborhood, ye will be removed.
One way or another.
You don't have the backing of the neighborhood if a knucklehead is bringing more harm to the neighborhood than good. You understand? Those people.
I.e. training day at the end.
You don't get a pass. Example. You don't get a pass then. And He's at a point where he's bringing more harm than the cops are at a point where they're bringing more harm than good. You don't get a pass. They make it. If you're a good cop, all of these cops are making you guys look bad. Like KJ just said, being a cop is no longer considered an honorable job. It should be.
It's not.
But it's not. It should be considered up there with how the military is considered. Even how a firefighter is considered. You guys don't even live with a firefighter. Think about that.
I think I told you this before. Like, I'm at a point, I don't even respect the national anthem or the Pledge of Allegiance. I don't even want to hear it. I hear it before games come on, and they say I change the channel or I mute the television. I don't want to hear it. I don't, because when you really say those words, really say them, and then you think about what's going on, and I'm like, this is bullshit. Get this bullshit off my television. Get this bullshit out of my ears. I don't want to hear it.
It's like a racist commentator.
For who?
Like,
for who?
All because of the color of our skin.
Hear that shit?
Like, you know how crazy that is? Just to hate somebody for the color of their skin. How stupid are you?
For the color.
To realize that to realize through how history you were just geographically raised in a different portion of the nation that may have required your skin to adapt to the sun or not, and you hate somebody because of that, because of how you evolved. You weak motherfucker, you.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting, B. It really is.
We didn't treat them like Nazis. Just punch them in the face when we see them. Like, I wish we could identify racists the way we did Nazis, and just punch them in the face as we see them.
And just punch them in the face. Punch them in the face,
There's no sense
man.
for it. There's no need for it. And I don't care what kind of racist you are. Like, you deserve to be punched in the face.
We'll talk.
Like to be honest with you, because listen, because
this goes toward the Asians too, because the Asians been going through that bullshit as well.
I don't want to take the Asian. Like, let's keep it. I'm gonna keep it in our own culture too. I'm an intercultural talk. Like, because I know we're both from the islands. I don't know if you had to do this. Every once in a while, I have to check an elder or two for the way they talk. I'm like, no, you can't talk like that. That's either racist or borderline racist. And I'm like, listen, think about if somebody would have said something similar like that to you, you would not put up with it. No, you can't talk like that. And then they were like, "Oh shit, yeah, okay, right." So, I'm talking about. Listen, I'm not talking about one side of it. Like, because I can't be a hypocrite. Like you like one of the things about me is like it's very hard for me to be a hypocrite. Like once I catch myself in that hypocrite, I'm like, damn, my conscience starts to eat at me. So yeah, I've had to catch myself like checking my own race and even my own family. And it's not that they're racist. It's just that they may say things at the time when they're heat. I'm like, no, stop that. That comes off as if so and so. And you're not that. You wouldn't appreciate that. And if somebody else did that, you would automatically pull the race card.
It'd be a problem. Exactly. You can't do that. You can't do that. This racism stuff in all type of ways. It's not even black versus white. It's island versus certain islands.
Island versus island, black versus yeah, exactly. Like we joking here about the light skin shit, but there's black versus black. Like they you know what I mean? Island versus island.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Spanish culture versus Spanish culture. Stop all that shit. Stop Asian hate. You know what I mean? Like all that shit.
European versus European. Like come on, man.
Like yo, we all trying to like seriously.
All this racism is a root of hate, and hate can go anywhere.
I know this has been long time used, but can't we all just get along for real? Like we all just try to live and hustle and move a step forward in this game of life and try to leave something significant that we don't care if the world sees. We just care that the generation that
we just trying to live.
The generation that precedes us in our own shit can appreciate
for the next generation.
Like y'all niggas is bugging.
But just to keep it on a more simple aspect, I'm just trying to get back to my house safely. Just to keep on a more simple tip. I'm just trying to be able to wake up in the morning,
everybody's trying to get home safe.
Leave my house.
Like how about that? You want to get home safe? Like we're trying to get home safe
and get home safe. Just trying to get home safe, B. Nothing more, nothing less. Just to keep it in the simple terms. Just trying to get home safe.
Like you just want to be treated equally. Just treat like everybody else. Like
I'm trying to set something up for my kids and my kids, my family to look back on.
I just want to know that if I shoot up a church, that when I leave, you're gonna buy me Popeyes.
Yes.
Like when I have PTSD and I shoot up a fucking church or I shoot up my goddamn office because I can't stand being in the office and my goddamn primary care physician has not fucking returned my calls or returned my or responded to my need for referral. I'm being serious right now. My primary care physician has not returned my goddamn calls or my request for to get a referral to go see my goddamn psychiatrist because I keep having PTSD moments pop up when I go back to a fucking office and I shoot that shit the fuck up. Can you take me to Donna's? Because I'm gonna be hungry. That adrenaline's gonna burn through my breakfast.
Keep the same energy is all we ask.
Seriously, Dr. Narulo. I'm trying to see the psych for real. I have a serious PTSD moment that keeps happening. You need to return my request for that fucking referral. It's fucking with me all the fucking time.
It's not. There's gonna be problems and repercussions.
He don't even understand, B. Like I'm having moments while I'm driving. That shit is not cool.
Yeah, no, that ain't it. That is not it. How long you been trying to call the doc?
I don't know. It's been like 2 months now. Maybe like 2.
Oh no, bugging. Oh hell no.
I even walked in there recently and even wrote that shit down. I was like, yo, like I just need to see the psychiatrist again. Like I need to talk some shit out. I need to figure out what the fuck is going on. Like
Doc is wilding.
I need to get some shit documented. Actually, what I really need, I need to get some shit documented because some shit ain't right in my head right now. and I need to get a way to either move past it or find a viable way to avoid it.
Yeah, the doc is wilding right now.
I'm about to be a truck driver. Like,
shit.
But then I'm gonna miss the podcast days, man. Like, damn. Maybe I could be a truck driver on only Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
Well, Saturday.
Okay.
I can't do
Sunday.
Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Good luck. They gonna laugh your ass right up out the interview.
Listen, I'm gonna own my own truck, okay? I'm not trying to drive. I'm gonna come there with my own truck if I do that shit. I'm just gonna.
There you go.
Exactly. Like, what? Who the fuck I look like? Like, oh, I need these specific days, but I also need you. I also need your truck and your equipment and everything you have. Like, no, I'm gonna come with my own truck. Be like, hey, because having your own truck will make up for all those days that I need to miss, so I can have the podcast.
Boom.
I think I may just get a crossover. See if I can get on Amazon Flex and get a bigger vehicle for that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, you guys don't forget. We have our new sponsor. So, this is Freaky Friday, so you know I might as well bring it today. I was gonna bring it to you on Hump Day Wednesday, but Freaky Friday works just as well. And what I want you guys to remember is that we now have a way for you guys to get yourself a free dosage of Blue Chew. Yes, folks, that is correct. Blue Chew, the chewable version of Viagra and Cialis. Yes, folks, Blue Chew. All you need to do is go to Blue Chew and enter the promo code FTOT. That is, listen, you got 24 hours. You probably got 24 hours. It's not gonna be long. Enter the promo code FTOT and you will get. Oh damn, I forgot to give the fellas. I don't know if they heard that part though. And you will definitely get yourself a free shipping of Blue Chew. All you gonna have to do is pay for shipping and handling. They have a $20 thing. Listen, referral code FTOT. If you make it down to the podcast either today or on Wednesday, right, to join us as a guest, you will get I will give you a free sample of Blue Chew personally. Just chew it and do it. Remember, promo code FTOT. I'm working on a more personal promo code to this promo. So listen, you have to hop on there as soon as possible. But when we listen, if you're not shaky about it today, you make sure you listen to Wednesday's podcast again. And let's see.
I heard some shit about Blue Chew.
Sometime after the 21 mark salute, we'll go ahead and drop another promo code for another free sample or another free shipping of Blue Chew. Listen, we got that as a sponsor now. We'll go ahead and keep getting these guys out to you. And as long as you guys when you guys order, listen, we'll also start being able to get some free samples out here for our guests as well. Listen, this is all being powered by you, through you, by, you know what I mean? This is how we do. Thank you guys. Yeah, I just want to make sure we got that sponsor back out the way. I was gonna introduce you guys. I was gonna introduce you at the first podcast after the New Year, but it's Freaky Friday. What am I supposed to do? We talk about the ladies. It's Freaky Friday. Like, you know what I mean? We talk about our vets. Like, might as well get into talk about Blue Chew. And whatever you talked about Blue Chew, I hope it's all good. Because if not, I'm gonna have to ask you to hold it to yourself then. Oh shit! Wait, is my YouTube video quiet? Oh no, it's not. Actually, you know what? I was gonna ask you to hold off on that period because we don't have a lot of time left in the podcast. We're actually about to end this in a few minutes. It looks like, yeah, we have about 5.5 minutes left. So you know what? I think this is a good time to go ahead and call it a little bit quits. Let's see. Did we get to all the topics? We got to LaMarcus Aldridge retiring. Damian Lillard mentioned that he wanted to. Okay. Damian Lillard wants the Portland Trail Blazers to go ahead and retire his jersey. WWE recently released 9 wrestlers from their roster. If you, I want to talk about this with you guys on Wednesday. I've had this on the docket for a couple of days now. Have you guys seen The Boys? And if your answer is yes, then I have a nugget for you. If your answer is no, then I need you to go out and watch The Boys. It's an Amazon show, right? Amazon series. But if you have watched The Boys, I need you. My next question is: have you watched this animated series called Invincible? And if you haven't watched that and you like The Boys, go out and watch Invincible. That shit is everything that you want it to be, and is everything you want The Boys to be, and more in animated form. Cussing, fussing, bussing, and more. And when we come back on Wednesday, we'll see if I have time to get into my wish story. Yes, folks, we have another edition of I Wish a Motherfucker Would. Yes, folks, we'll get into that as well. But for now, we're about to end this motherfucking podcast. It's time for us to go, because when we end this podcast today, that means the New Year weekend has officially begun for me. I get to celebrate. There is no podcast for me on Monday. We're gonna come back on Wednesday. It's gonna be New Year's. I'm gonna have my little New Year's get together at Shay La Moon. Well, I can't wait. And can you please play the outro so I can stop rambling?
Sorry, B.
You are.
I tried. Honest. All the bandwidth in the world couldn't keep me contained. No lag. Gonna share my talents with Podbean Live. Always knew I'd take the pod there.
It'll be a nice little break.
Just a lot later than a lot of listeners thought. Last of the real gabbers. Well, maybe not the last. Munchkin got good mic skills. New, improved MyT Podcaster. Potting down now. Last call for drinks. Bars closing. Sun's out. Heard the casino got a buffet breakfast. Don't wanna go far. Wild night. Tired, B. Tired. MyT.
Smoke weed every day.
engagements were good today. Everything was good today. I appreciate all of the love. I appreciate you. Alright, let's see. Let's get. Okay, Mixilor is down. Podbean is down. Oh man, you have no clue how like leaving this. Like I'm actually anxious. Like for you guys that can still hear me. Where do I still have a feed running at? I still have a feed running through YouTube and everything else. As I'm winding everything down with YouTube and Instagram, so they're not hearing this on the podcast. Like so, you're only hearing this on YouTube and Instagram, which most likely Instagram is gonna get blocked. I gotta figure out why the fuck they keep blocking me. And YouTube, it may make it for some time, but this part will make it regardless. I don't know if they blocked the whole thing, if they just blocked like a little part or whatever the fuck was done. Like, oh, listen, I'll be real happy if all they did was just block like whatever little snippet was there. You know what I mean? Because then that'll make things a whole lot easier, right? But I forgot what the fuck I was gonna say. Shit. And I was just shutting everything the fuck. Oh, I'm just happy because I get to unwind now. Like as soon as I shut everything the fuck down, I go into weekend mode, and I don't have to worry about no podcast. Like nothing tying me back to the crib. I either get to fucking just work or fucking party. Like you understand? Like the podcast is a whole fucking third job, and it keeps me like rooted to a whole nother place. Like the way I work right now, I'm not rooted anywhere, and this keeps me always having to come back here. So I get to like do this shit unbothered for the next couple of days. I get to go like, oh man, this is really good. New Year's, we're gonna have a good time. I gotta go buy some bud. Man, oh man, yay. As we say in the Nate Dogg School of Medicine. Did I already close that drop? Oh, I guess I already said it once. I guess I don't need to say it again. I'm ending the stream now.